right, baby. And we're ushering in the best in energy. You know why? Because Zanele is so in the building.
Yes, honey.
Come on. I like
I'm
the
so
dance
excited.
moves.
Thank you, doll. It's a weekend and we're ready all right now. It's
the
going to
energy
be
we're
such a
channeling.
beautiful one. And yes, it's literally all the good energy we're channeling. And of course, you know that we got you right here from Cape Teasy, Fo Sheezy, honey. And we got so much planned. But, friend, I also think that, you know, we got some Joburg babes in the building.
We do. Our very own Graham and Abby are out in Jersey. It's going to be a jam-packed show. The girlies are holding it down here.
Yes.
And in the City of Gold, of course, we have our gentlemen.
Yes, we do. It's Abby and Graham. Gents, how are you doing this morning, hey?
They'll let us know in just a little bit. But I know for sure they're doing so fantastic because it's the weekend. And when it comes to the weekend, you know, smiles all around.
100%. And this morning, you know, we don't just want to see you on the screens. We want to see you all over the social media streets. So, my lovely, tell us this, right? We want to know, what does hope mean to you? As we go into the weekend after a long week, tell us using hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsor of Brave. And we could call you to win 1,500 Rand thanks to Adcock Ingram OTC at sponsor of Brave. And rather, forgive me, it's at sponsors of Brave. And T's and C's do apply on hashtag Expresso Show. And of course, you got to make sure that you do the things that need to be done on expressoshow.com. All of the T's and C's you need are right there. Right about now, let's check out what's happening with the news headlines.
Just 2 minutes after 6 o'clock. Thank you, Zanele. Yes, let's get into your first bit of news for the morning. We start out with national news, where a police officer from Senwa Barwana, Limpopo, has been arrested for allegedly killing 6 people to claim over 10 million Rand in insurance payouts. Now, the 43-year-old sergeant reportedly began her killing spree in 2019, targeting victims from disadvantaged backgrounds, including the disabled and mentally challenged. Now, she ensured their lives, naming herself as the beneficiary before their murders. The National Police Commissioner, General Fani Masemola, condemned the officer's involvement, calling it a disgrace. The suspect is set to appear in the Polokwane Magistrates Court today. Sticking with news in the country, the Eastern Cape Police's stock theft unit, along with other units and government departments, arrested 6 suspects during an overnight operation in Lesotho, seizing suspected stolen livestock valued at over 6 million Rand. Now, 4 slaughterhouses were fined more than 97,000 Rand for failing to comply with regulations. 2 of the suspects received 180-day prison sentences and a 5,000 Rand fine during the first court appearance. Additionally, 83 individuals were fined for not branding their livestock. The operation resulted in the impounding of 342 cattle, 408 sheep, 28 goats, and 1 horse. Taking a look at your international news-making headlines, a United Nations Commission of Inquiry has accused Israel of implementing a, quote, concerted policy to destroy Gaza's healthcare. The commission stated that Israeli attacks on healthcare facilities and the treatment of Palestinian detainees constitute war crimes and the crimes against humanity of extermination. Hamas and other Palestinian groups are also accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity for their treatment of Israeli hostages in Gaza. The report, led by former UN Human Rights Chief Navi Pillay from South Africa, will be presented to the UN General Assembly on the 30th of October. Looking at news on the continent, Cameroon's president is in excellent health, officials have insisted, after a long public absence raised concerns about the 91-year-old leader's condition. President Paul Biya has not been seen since the 8th of September, when he attended a China-Africa forum in Beijing. Now, Biya has faced criticism for spending considerable time outside the country. In 2018, the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project stated that since coming to power in 1982, Biya had spent the equivalent of 4.5 years on overseas trips. His favorite destination is the Intercontinental Hotel in Geneva, Switzerland. We close up with this story where Rwanda marked this year's World Gorilla Day with a vibrant Kwita Zina. Your first bit on this Friday morning. For now, though, we delve into the world of sports. Here's Graham with the latest.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. So great to hear your voice. Missing your beautiful face. Likewise, the rest of the Cape Town crew. AB and I cannot wait to introduce you to the legends that are coming into studio today. Absolute stellar show on the way. But of course, we've got some stellar moments in sport to focus on. And let's hone in on England yesterday. Pulled off something truly remarkable. Their bowlers, they inspired a Pakistan collapse. And that was after Harry Brooks' truly stunning 317, a triple century, aided by Joe Root's a double century, 262, was what powered England to a massive 823 for 7. You might think it's the highest total ever. In fact, not quite there yet, but pretty close. And that's where they declared in their first test in Multan. So Pakistan currently trading by 267 runs. They were reeling at 152 for 6 at one point, but coming in to steady the ship. Aha Salman on 41 not out and Amer Jamal 27 not out there. And they added 70. Pakistan still needing 115 in that close of play today. Things not looking too positive for them, and certainly with England with their tails up like they are, it's going to be a tough day at the office. Now let's turn to a true legend, another legend on the roster today who is returning home. The incredible legend, former Springbok Cornell Hendricks, is going back to where it all began. He has made a significant move by signing with the Boland Cavaliers. That's after finishing his contract with the Bulls, where he's had a stellar tenure in his career as well. And he'll close out his career, of course, where, as I said, it all began. The 36-year-old winger who once battled a serious heart condition back in 2015 and made a truly remarkable comeback. And I think earning the kudos and certainly a lot of love and pride, not just within the rugby circles. He now returns to his home province and obviously brings a wealth of experience and passion back to the Boland community that so proudly helped to shape his rugby journey. So a beautiful moment in sport there for an incredible I think, exponent of the game. So good to see him pouring that back into where it all began. Now, we've seen a revolving door in Formula One over the last couple of weeks. We've seen who's leaving. Now let's see who's coming in to fill those senior positions. Formula One's governing body, the FIA, has now announced some key appointments following that series of senior departures under President Mohammed bin Sulayman. And we've got Spaniard Alberto Villarreal now joining as general manager, while Alessandra Marjame, he takes on the role of senior HR director. He's going to have his hands full with a new team. And Villarreal's position follows the exit of the FIA's first CEO, Natalie Robin, just in May this year. And these changes come as Ben Sulayman, who assumed office in 2021, prepares for what I'm sure he is hoping will be his second term in 2025. But a new team emerging at the helm. Now, let's continue on the trend of legends right now as we hone in on one of tennis's greats. And I don't care who you support while they're on the court, but you have to admit he is a GOAT. Rafa Nadal has finally called time on his incredible and illustrious career. He's announced that he will be retiring after the Davis Cup finals next month in November, closing a legendary career with 22 Grand Slam titles under his belt. And of course, providing us with some of the best rivalries that sport has known, never mind tennis. The 38-year-old Spaniard, renowned for his fierce rivalries with Roger Federer, with Novak Djokovic. More recently, he will end his journey with an incredible 92 titles and $135 million in prize money. So he's got his dues. Nadal, a 14-time French champion. That was his happy hunting ground. Also won Wimbledon twice, the US Open 4 times, and the Australian Open twice. Not bad for a clay court specialist, cementing him amongst I think the greatest in all sports, but I think it's also the time that he played in this space and provided us with so many of those golden moments. So a bit of emotion there wrapped around the sport, but that's where we leave it for this hour. We'll return to the sporting headlines in about an hour.
Let's take a look at your weather and find out what's happening today all around the country. The South African Weather Service has issued a warning for extremely high fire danger in several regions, including the northern and eastern parts of the Northern Cape, Western Free State, Central Eastern Cape, areas in Northwest Province, and the extreme northern parts of Limpopo. Additionally, a heat wave with persistently high temperatures is expected to impact the extreme northeastern parts of the Eastern Cape, Limpopo, and parts of Mpumalanga until Sunday. The Central and Eastern Free State and Northwest Province will feel the heat waves grip until Monday. Residents are urged to take precautions, avoid open flames and stay hydrated as conditions are expected to remain very hot and very dry. On that note, let's ask you now to please do your country duty and come and show us, my love, what you're waking up to. We call it our sunrise view, but it's actually your sunrise view. You just take a little snap and you show us what it is that you indeed are seeing on your side of life on 063-408-8863. And today we've got our sunrise view of the week, and it was Gail from Pelican Park who did the things that needed to be done, and it is absolutely stunning to see. Look at that mountainous, beautiful range with the sun coming up. I am absolutely obsessed. Gail, you must take up a lovely, lovely profession in photography, Stanwazam, because you did the things indeed. Don't forget to send us yours, 063-408-8863. For now, let's take a look at what's happening with your temperatures. Oh my goodness, it looks like it's going to be a little bit cold, but also a little bit sunny at different parts of the country, just depending on where you are. But now you know how to dress, you know what I mean?
I think so, and we've given you some inspiration.
Yes.
You can either go sleeveless, or you can just throw on a shirt for the warmer days, or
Yes.
the colder days, rather.
However, my lovely, you know that you've got a beautiful show on the way, because it is your Feel Good Breakfast show at the end of the day. And right about now, I know that we're not just ready.
We're not.
The guys are
people here
ready.
too.
Yes.
Finally. Hello, Zen. Hello, AB. How you guys doing today?
Why they just don't cross? Let's do it. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm ready, man.
You're ready? Hello. It looks like our gents are getting ready.
They're
so we're
getting
going to
there,
cross
they're
to them a
getting
little
there.
bit later.
You don't understand. I'm a little bit stunned hearing your gorgeous voices from the other sound. It's been an inversion. And I think when Abe's here ordered a Cape Town presenter, he might have expected someone else, but I'm all he's got. Now, I'm so happy to be in Joburg to connect with you, my friend.
And I was just saying to Graham that I think I've gotten the best of Cape Town, but I get a feeling Carissa might just be jealous about this. But my friend, it's great to finally meet you.
Thank you so much, dude. I'm so proud of what you guys have done here within the Joburg Hub, and it's just so awesome to be here on a day like today.
Sure.
Now, you haven't been able to experience what Hope-tober is about from the inside yet.
Oh, I'm so excited about
It's
this.
on another level, and when you work with Adcock Ingram OTC, officially the sponsors of Brave, when they say Brave, they mean it. So today we are going to be inspired. As they say, our cups are going to be refilled.
Oh, I like that. But now I'm very interested to find out what hope means to you, Graham, but also to the ladies in studio. But let's start with Graham. What does hope mean to you?
Buddy, I'm so glad you asked that, because this is obviously the crux of today. And it's not about just speaking to those frontline kind of emergency services workers, the guys that have to live on hope every day because they work in such a crazy space. For me, it's about not looking back. It's about looking forward. And South Africa seems to be there right now.
Oh, I like
We're
that.
making our decisions based on what we could do, what we could achieve, what we can see, the potential, not on what we feel we have to do based on the past, which is a beautiful, empowered space to be. But so I'm so excited to be plugging into that today, man.
So basically, it's about expectation for something to always go good, but we want to find out from you as well. On social media, it is #Expresso Show. But let's find out from you, Zanele and Carissa, what does hope mean to you?
Oh, wow.
I would have to say hope for me means 100% being South African. I feel like we give each other hope every day, and it stems from the fact that we have so much ubuntu for each other, where we care and we truly always, you know, want the best for our fellow human.
100% for me, it's that what if. It's always that question you've got to ask, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel, okay? A nice
Love
reminder
that.
to you on this Friday. And we're going to take a short break right now. And when we come back, some real good things coming your way. I'm talking about weekend vibes. I'm talking about recipes in the kitchen. I'm talking about online education. We've got it all covered. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Welcome to our Johannesburg studios where it is all going down. We are celebrating hope in every way, shape and form today because, yes, we are kickstarting officially Hopetober, brought to you by Adcock Ingram, OTC, the sponsors of Brave. Now, if you're going to put yourself out there to be judged by the judges of this particular pageant, judged by the nation, judged by the world, you've got to have some chutzpah. You've got to be brave. And we're about to introduce you to a young lady, only 18 years old, who has now just bagged one of the ultimate crowns out there. She is Miss World South Africa. I want to introduce you to Zoelise Jansen van Rensburg, who obviously shone out with this incredible platform of purpose-driven work that she does. She is an impressive young lady on paper, but when you meet her in person and are able to plug into this energy, you can understand why the judges made the right choice. So I know we don't have a live studio audience here, but I want to hear you clapping all the way from Cape Town. Can we put our hands together for our Miss World South Africa? Zoelise, welcome to the show!
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. You stepped in looking every part that pageant queen. But we know that pageants now represent a completely different thing. And I've been lucky enough to have a front row seat to see so many of these moments working on your side of the field. Now that your moment has come, and again, with all due respect, I'm going to say you are so young to be stepping into the space. Take me back to that moment. When you hear your name, can you even remember hearing your name?
I think it was such a moment of silence. When I held hands with my fellow deputy, it was such a bliss of excitement, emotion, and I always say this, but I never know how to describe a dream coming true. How do you put that into words? So if I were to take you back to that moment, it is a moment of tremble, excitement, and I just felt this amount of strength fulfill me because I knew I was ready to take on this role, and what was meant for me would not pass me. I was at the right place in the right time, and I knew that whenever my name would or were to be called, I was ready to step into that position.
And I've watched this journey with so many incredible young women not happen. And you realize, and you would see this if you look across that panel, everyone is amazing. Everyone has a reason to put themselves out there and want to do more. And you certainly have used your platform before this in a very purpose-driven way, which I kind of think for me, when you look at your youth project, Never Too Young to Advocate, love that. It speaks to a generation that is purpose-led now. There are so many kind of plus points for me, but what do you think got you over the line? Because you're going to have to identify these because you're now a mentor added to everything else. There are now young girls looking to you to follow in your footsteps as you take just your first few. What do you think was the defining factor for you?
I think it was definitely my leadership skills that stood out and really rose above everything. Like you mentioned, I am very young, but I think that brings a fresh perspective to this organization because not only do I represent the youth, I'm a part of them. So I'm able to speak from their perspective, understand their needs, understand that they also want to be heard, seen, and listened to. So I think I'm someone that really leads for the people and leads my community. I'm no different from any ordinary person in this world, but I know I have the ability to ignite purposes within others. And with that, they can become the hero of their own stories. So I'm someone that leads from the heart, not the head. And I believe that that is a very, very strong asset to have as a Miss World. She is a woman that can go into communities and lead with the passion and purpose within her heart and instill that within communities and be a beacon of hope. I think that ultimately is what I am to this organization and my nation. With the hope of bringing back the fourth Blue Crown, I know that I'm a symbol of hope and resilience to this country. We have experienced so many adversities and so many challenges, but I think me sitting in front of you today with this prestigious title and this banner across my chest is a testament to the potential of a South African. And
100%.
And I absolutely believe that as young people, we have the ability to change the world if we have enough self-belief within us.
Completely. Preach it, girl. You're fine. You won't be okay. You won't be okay. And when you mentioned that fourth Blue Crown, how does that make your little heart feel? How are we going to go and get this? What are you preparing for as you take yet another step in uncharted territory?
Yes. Well, I mean, an international festival as Miss World is not an easy ball game, and it's on a completely different magnitude. But I think one thing that I carry with me through this entire experience is the lessons I've learned from my fellow queens. As you know, I was the youngest competing for both years, so I've gotten a lot of lessons, a lot of advice. So going into a competition like Miss World and understanding the caliber of women I'm competing against, I'm affirmed through my story, my vision, and my mission. So I think being as mentally prepared as I possibly can be and not losing sight of what I'm passionate about is really what I'm focusing on, ensuring that I'm the most ready to represent my country and the most ready to bring back that blue crown.
Because no one can call you on your why. Once you've pointed in the direction, it doesn't matter how you get to that point, what tools you use. Once you know why you are doing what you're doing, everything else just falls into place.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, and this is crazy to me because you're going to have to mentor up and down because you are in that position, and it is a great responsibility. And it's not just for young girls who are going to intuitively follow in your footsteps and want to identify with where you're going, but all women are now looking at you to kind of smash through glass ceilings, kick down doors, because you essentially get to do what no other woman has done before. So speak to those young women right now, and I suppose we're inspired by the notion of bravery. But what advice do you have for young South African, and actually all young girls, because I think we're a global village right now?
Yes, absolutely. I have always believed in the saying that the greatest enabler to your own success is yourself. So no matter where you come from, your background, your circumstances, you have the ability to shift your own discography and narrative if you have enough self-belief within you. And when you stop at nothing, you unlock one of the greatest powers that there is, and that is the power of self-belief. When you have that passion and purpose within your heart, you can really unlock your greatest potential and showcase that to the world. That is one thing that I have practiced throughout my entire life because I've been doubted by so many people. People have made assumptions about me, but I knew my why, like you said, and I knew my purpose within this world. And through that, I was able to unlock great opportunities, and that's why I'm sitting in front of you today.
Yeah, look at you now.
Exactly, because I believed in my own success story, and I was able to facilitate that through my unique talents. So that would be my message to all young women, all young people of this country and the world, to believe in what you stand for and to believe in your mission, because you have a position in any room that you walk in.
Not just the young'uns, I think, taking advice here. And nice to know that you're not going to be nervous about any question that they ask you when you step onto that stage. Girl, you are doing such a phenomenal job already. I think you get it. I think you understand the responsibility, but also take those moments to enjoy this moment. As I get blinded by the crown. Okay, you get tiaras and then you get crowns, baby. But just absolutely making your mark, Zoelise, proudly representing South Africa on one of the biggest stages of them all, and we couldn't be more proud. Well done.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the belief in me. Having the support of the nation means so much, and that will continue to fuel me to do my best that I possibly can. So thank you for that.
Right about now, I know that we 100% absolutely are inspired by this queen.
definitely.
18 years old, changing the
What were
narrative.
you doing at 18,
Sana,
Zanele? Come on.
I was skipping lectures. If you don't know, okay, my love. I was skipping lectures, mna. So I'm genuinely just so inspired by her. I think it's so incredible.
And so impressed, and congratulations once again. What a special moment in your life. I hope that you really are stepping into it and enjoying it. And for now, what I want you to step into is some potential money.
Millions, darling.
It's a Friday, and we're talking about Powerball and Powerball Plus. It's on a roll with a massive 93 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, this Friday. This Vrydag.
Yeah, and you gotta, friend, if you get left behind, we're not friends anymore. I'm not friends with people who do get left behind. So you gotta play Powerball for an estimated 42 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 51 million rand today, like Carissa said. Yeah.
And there's so many ways, Anne, that you can really buy your tickets. You could go in-store, face-to-face, or you could go to the National Lottery website. That's nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, there's cell phone banking, or simply just kick it old school, dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
100%. We posted all the details on our social media pages. Obviously, it's at Expresso Show. So go and check them out. Panda, Push Up, Play, Powerball, and Powerball Plus for a massive 93 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And you could win big, my friends.
Oh my goodness, listen, we are winning big today on the show
Yeah.
because we're doing such exciting things from the kitchen to the classroom. It's going to be so special. I mean, Zanele's got breakfast covered is all I'm telling you.
Yes, I do.
Yes, we trust her enough to be in that kitchen, okay? Because we're making something delicious. Ham and egg sandwich bake.
Yes, and we can trust me because, you know, it's a sandwich vibe.
It is a sandwich.
I can do things, you know what I mean? Also on the way, my friend, we are getting into the future of tailored learning for every child. I know that this is something that we need to always have a conversation about. Why? Education is literally the key to success. Our Tata Nelson Mandela said exactly that, and it stays true and rings true always and always. Right about now, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be back after this.
Cheers.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is, of course, Expresso on S3. And we've got to reflect on something that Nelson Mandela, Tata Mandela said. And he said education is the most powerful weapon that, of course, can change the world. And I have to agree with that. And today, we are definitely seeing a reflection of this. We're about to talk about a fresh way to learn with the KOA Academy. It's an online school that focuses on personalized education with smaller classes and also more interaction and tailored support. I think that's very important for each student's needs. Now, this approach to education is just transforming the learning experience. And to share more about this is the principal and also co-founder of KOA Academy, Mark Anderson. Mark, welcome.
Good morning, Carissa.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
I'm telling you, if I had a president with this friendly, not president, also a president, yes, a principal
yeah.
with this friendly face, I would say yes, learning can be welcoming and so easy. But Mark, we've got to talk about this. Such an incredible thing you and your wife have started. Online learning from grade 4 all the way up to grade 12 students.
Yes.
That has clearly opened up so much space for people to step into education that may not have been given the opportunity before. So I want to get into the gaps in the traditional education system. What did you see was missing and how did you guys step into that?
Yeah, Carissa, that's really what prompted us to start KOA Academy. I think as parents and as teachers, for ages, we've really wanted to see change in the education system. When you think about our traditional model of schooling, it hasn't changed significantly really for decades. And we know that it's outdated. And for us at KOA, one of the things that we're particularly passionate about is the idea of individualized education. A man named Benjamin Bloom summed it up in what he calls the 2 sigma problem. It all boils down to this idea that if you want to change educational outcomes, in other words, if you want marks in South Africa to go up for schools across the country, you need to move more and more towards one-on-one teacher-to-student ratio. Now, we know that in our current model, that's not possible.
Right.
We're actually going the wrong way with that in traditional schooling, where we have more and more students in the classroom. What we did at KOA is we looked at the online space and realized there are opportunities in the online space to use tools and approaches that are very different to what we've seen before in traditional education, that really allow us to provide a much more flexible, individualized approach to schooling.
Sure. And that is such an exciting turn of events in South Africa. I mean, yes, there may be a slight digital gap that's being closed day to day, but honestly, online education, it feels like this is where the future is at for sure. And I wonder what unique advantages you've seen in this online learning space that may not have been present before.
What, is this an hour segment? How
Yes,
long do
please,
we
go for it,
How
go
long do
for
we
it.
have? I could
Go
talk
for
about
it.
this for ages. I mean, I think, imagine with me a student, let's say grade 10, sits down to do school in the online space. Rather than being in a classroom of, let's say, 30, 40 students working at the same pace on the same material with a teacher, that student is able to access their work through courses and platforms that are set up to deliver the content and do ongoing assessment and feedback in a way that is set up specifically for that individual at their own pace. And the teacher is then freed up to do what teachers do best, which is facilitate learning. So the teacher can now move around online in small groups of students, providing much more focused support for each of those students, rather than being focused on content delivery. It's really an amazing way to do schooling.
And I love that because I remember being in maths class, for example. It was never my strong point, and I always felt like I was lagging behind the other students. They already had split us into classes that would accommodate the different paces of learning, but honestly, I needed more assistance. I needed more help.
That's
so
right.
I can see where that definitely would come in. When it comes to subjects, we cover the traditional subjects that you do.
Yes, we're registered with the IEB, which is the Independent Examinations Board, so we follow the same curriculum as any physical school in South Africa, but we do it in a much more applied, unique way.
Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, we are celebrating Hope this October, and Hope is such a special thing that I think we need to encourage and celebrate day to day. How do you feel COA plays into Hope and offering that to South Africans?
I love your theme of hope for the day. I think it's so important for us. You know, hope is not something that we just need when the sun is shining. Hope is something that we need when we see something that we're striving for. We have to be brave. We have to be proactive. That's how I feel about education in South Africa at the moment. I'm very hopeful with my safety harness fully on because I'm aware of the challenges that we're experiencing in South African schooling, but I'm looking at developments that are happening, things like COA, but I don't think there's one silver bullet for education in South Africa. I'm seeing parents having more options than they've ever had before. Options like COA, I think, used to be seen as very alternative options for outliers. I think what a lot of parents are realizing is my child doesn't fit any mold, and I need a schooling approach that's much more tailored to this particular individual. And having more options is really important for parents.
No, I
so
agree
I'm
with
excited
that.
about educational future.
Same, definitely. And you're doing such a phenomenal job. Mark, thank you for contributing to our education in this sense. You said grade 4 to 7, just quickly.
4 to 12.
4 to 12,
Yes,
sorry, grade
yes.
4 to 12. Where can people register? Is there a cutoff date?
No cutoff date. We actually do enrollments throughout the year. We're busy enrolling for 2025. And very excitedly, we have just launched COA Academy, which is an offshoot of COA Academy. It's a home language Afrikaans campus for students to learn in their mother tongue of Afrikaans. And so that's going to be launching for grades 6 to 8 in January. But we're taking enrollments for grade 4 to 12 for our main campus already.
Incredible. Yes, we want to give him an applause all around. Mark, thank you so much for being here today. And we're going to have him back soon, okay, to talk about the scaling of COA education and COA Academy. Can't wait to get into that. For now, though, maybe you've worked up an appetite. It is the morning after all. We're getting into weekend special feels. So, Zanele, what do you have for us?
I've got eggs. Why? I always get excited when we talk about education. No, it's World Egg Day. Beautiful Expresso family, a day dedicated to appreciating the essential role that eggs play in nourishing and supporting our communities worldwide. And to mark the occasion, we're cooking up something special with a quick and easy recipe with the help of our friend Andrietta de la Hab from Montefort. What are we making today? Well, my friend, I can tell you this much. It's something I've never made in my life, so I'm a little bit scared, but we're going to do it together. So, you know, I'll be your sous chef.
Oh, that is the best role you can have.
Thank you, my babe.
Yes.
Thank you. How are you, my Andrietta?
I am fantastic. It's so lovely being here this morning. And
Yes.
this recipe is easy and
I love
any
that.
person can do it.
Yes.
And what I also love about it, it is you can do it in advance and kind of relax.
Yes.
And then everybody can enjoy it.
Beautiful.
You wanna
so,
jump on
so
it?
what exactly are we making, my beautiful?
We're going to make a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a sandwich?
I can. That's why I was excited about this. You know,
Yeah.
there's been some bad experiences for me in the kitchen, but a sandwich, I've been making it since I was like 7. I think I won't be too bad.
Well,
Yeah.
there we go. We're going to be making sandwiches. You can make how many you need. You know,
Yes.
so if you've got a family of 4, make 4 sandwiches. If you're a family
love
of 3, make
that.
3. If you're yourself, make 3.
And it's
you
almost,
know, why not?
It's almost like I think it's a ham and egg sandwich
Yes.
bake. Is that correct?
It is, but the sandwich you can fill with whatever you'd like. We are currently filling it with some cheese and ham.
Okay.
But you can do bacon and cheese. You can do whatever.
Can I put in
you like.
mushrooms?
Of course.
So anything you want, that can be my filler for the sandwich.
That could be your filler for the sandwich.
This
but
is my kind of sandwich.
But the beauty is the eggs.
Okay.
So we've got your 3 eggs. You can decide depending on the mixture.
Yeah.
But it's basically an egg per person.
Okay.
So you can start mixing that for me.
Oh,
Zanele.
I
You got
said
it.
I'm a sous chef, Kesana. Here we go. Thank you very much. Now, I know that when we talk about eggs, they always are, my friend, just like a little bit of a celebration of how they bring together just, I think, households. They allow families to connect a little bit.
Yeah.
And more than everything else, I think that, you know, we all can think of a time where we, as our family, were using eggs. I remember for me and my family used to make pancakes.
Oh, my favorite.
And that was a time that we used to kind of just bond together.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is a time for you that you can think of where eggs really brought you and either the family or anybody together?
Well, honestly, my whole business is a bakery.
Oh, I love
So, and eggs is the core to it. And I believe that bringing something sweet to someone, also a baked good, homemade, brings hope. And every time someone does or bring me hope, we're going to just add some milk to that for you, to your eggs.
I'm so busy. I'm so good in the kitchen, Gezana. Yes,
But,
my love.
And food brings people together.
It does.
It really does. And that brings hope, you know. So
love
that's why I'm all about that food life.
And eggs also just make up so much like of the food that we eat.
And it's so versatile.
100%.
So it's sweet and savory. It's high in protein. It is so good to you. You can eat it in a way that you feel very healthy, and you can eat it in a way that you treat yourself.
I like it. And you know what makes me happy is the fact that eggs taste so nice, but I can still make them part of like my everyday diet and tell myself I'm eating healthy.
But
That's
you
what I like.
are.
Exactly.
But you
Because I'm packing
are.
in the protein and
Yes.
allowing my body to get stronger.
I'm getting married in a week, so I should just be eating eggs.
Are you serious? That's so it's so exciting. Oh my words.
We're going to be adding some salt. Remember to
Yes.
season your food, guys. That's where people really miss the mark, because they're not seasoning their food.
I
okay?
like you.
I am a salt girl. I love my salt. It makes things
Yes.
beautiful. We're also going to add a little bit of mustard. That's
Okay.
just also going to add some deliciousness to our egg bake.
Really? I've never added mustard like powder to anything.
No, you should.
Really?
Yes.
Does it
this
add like a
could
little
be
bit of a punch there?
Yes, it does. It adds punch. It makes your food more interesting. Now we're going to be pouring it over our mixture, or bread rather. The mixture we're going to pour over our bread.
I'm scared, I won't lie.
Just go for it.
Okay.
Good job. See?
She said, good job, Mom. I'm not useless in the kitchen. Thank you.
And now you can see if you would like some more egg mixture, you can make it and throw it in. You can even leave this overnight to soak.
Really?
Yes, you can prepare it before and leave it overnight and put it in the oven. We're going to, of course, top it with some more cheese, because yum.
Nice.
And that is what we like.
A lot of cheese.
A lot of
A lot of cheese.
And you're going to end it off with, because we're fancy here, some sprigs of thyme.
Nice. Oh, you see, friends, it's so easy peasy.
Look how
This is why
beautiful.
we love it. What an excellent recipe. That reminds me of how all eggs play a central role in meals that bring people together. Indeed, my Expresso family. For further information about World Egg Day and even just recipes that you can possibly get involved in when it comes to your eggs, visit www.sapoultry.co.za. AB, I've got to ask you right about now, my lovely, you know, is this something that you can already taste? I know for me, I can't wait for this to go into the oven.
Oh, Zanele, I have to tell you, for me, if it's sweet and if it's savory, that's my type of meal. I love it to bits. So I can definitely taste it. And I looked at it and it looks palatable as well.
I love that. And AB, let me quickly ask you, you know, what sport are eggs best at? Tell me.
Say that again.
What sport are eggs best at?
What sports are eggs best at?
Yes, it's running, AP. It's running.
I get a
It's
feeling.
running.
I get a feeling after. I get a feeling after you said that this is going to be an excellent day, you are going to tell me. So please, do
It's
tell me.
running, AB, running. Eggs are best at running.
I knew Cape Town was going to do something to you. I just didn't know that it was going to come with some bad jokes as well.
Shush yourself. Just tell us what's coming up, please, sir.
Oh man, we are having ourselves an excellent day in studio here in Joburg. And what I can tell you is that the vibes are about to go even higher because one of the most excellent artists in the history of this country is joining us in studio. He has released a new single, Zulu Mkhathini. You are going to hear this single, and I'm also going to be having a chat with him as well. And also journalist Devi Sankri Governor is going to be joining us as well to give us a message of hope. And wherever you are, Mechomi as well, would like to hear from you. What does hope mean to you? Remember, the hashtag is hashtag Expresso Show. We'll be back right after this. Excellent day. Can you believe it? I'm out of here.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3. Wherever you are, Michomi, it's so good being with you. And I really do hope you're feeling the vibes in studio. Wherever you are, it's so good being with you. Now, as I mentioned before, we went to the ad break. We are going to be joined here at our Joburg studios by undoubtedly one of the most exciting music artists in the history of this country. And this is somebody who spans, different portfolios and different industries as well. Music, there's fashion, you name it, and there's business as well. Who am I talking about? Everybody in studio, even you at home, let's put our hands together for the one, the only Zulu Mkhathini. Round of applause, everybody. Zulu,
Bafo,
welcome, brother.
thank you for having me, man.
Man, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
You haven't seen me in a while.
Yeah, so what's been happening?
No,
Why?
man, I've just been chilling, getting into my spaces, sorting
Yeah.
out life, sorting out business. As you said,
Sure,
I am
sure.
multifaceted, so I have to make sure with my time management,
I like that.
it rides in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? Would you call this your purpose?
Yeah, man, definitely. I think each person has a specific calling.
Yeah.
And
like
for
that.
me, I was fortunate enough, from a very young age,
Yeah.
I found it and I knew either communication, broadcasting, music, entertainment, that's what I was made for. And I quickly jumped in, and shout out to people at home for embracing me and showing me love and saying, you belong here.
You definitely belong here. And I have to say as well, you belong on the Expresso stage as well. But let's talk about your music, right? You've been in the industry for some time. So you've seen, the industry evolve as well.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching, a studio session, that you had. I think it was with Robin.
Yes, Robin.
Right?
Robin,
Yeah. So I was on your Instagram and I was amazed by you saying that your music now is about performance and it's about experience. But how would you say that fits into the future of music in this country?
So, Fethu, I think it's very important that we embrace our special skills and skill sets. And for me, one of that is being on stage.
Okay.
Being on stage, I was a dancer when I was much younger.
Oh, I remember.
I was in a dance group,
Sure.
and then obviously emceeing has allowed me to communicate with people. So stage I love.
Yeah.
And I believe that even when you look at genres like Amapiano and so forth, and film, you realize how the world embraces our performance level.
Sure.
People love the fact that when you talk about people like Kamampela, Uncle Waffles, and so forth, when they start dancing and performing, that's what the world loves. And I think for the industry of South Africa, we need to embrace that and really go forward with it.
I like that. And now you're about to perform Vibe.
Yes,
right?
yes,
That's
yes.
the new single.
Yeah,
before we get into it, please tell us about it.
So Vibe, it's a track that I'm working with Nak. It's produced by Prince Bulo.
Yeah.
It's a pop record. Now, one thing that I love about my creative outlets is making sure that I don't box myself. So I've done Gqom, I've done hip hop, I've done Kwaito, and this is the time where I get to do pop.
Okay.
And I want to bring that summer vibe. I want to bring colorful energy. I want to be excited. I want to dance. And I decided Lengo Male is the perfect vibe for spring, summer.
And we're about to experience that colorful energy as well. So, without any further shenanigans, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're ready to experience this vibe. I hope you're ready to dance. So this is Zulu Mkhathini, Vibe. Round of applause,
Get off my
everybody.
stage.
Okay,
Get off
come
my
on,
stage.
come on.
Good morning, Father. Yo, Expresso in the house. We got Demi in the house. Miss Essa in the house. Now, what you say? Sing loud enough, I can't hear you. Prince Bulo. I'm gonna need you guys to just say hey, hey with me. It's very simple. It's simple. Hey, 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 hey. In studio, I can't hear you. I'm gonna say hey, 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 hey. In the car, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm gonna just blow me on a Friday. I'm just chilling on my gang. Then she hit me on the line and said I'm coming with my friends. What is Spoonie Vibe? Food and wine, tequila with some card games. And now we having fun times with the whole scheme. And I looked on and young feeler. Now I'm gonna need you to sing with me as I remove this mic stand. I'm gonna say quasi Bonani, Bonani. Quasi Bonani to Friday with Vibe and this party. What you say? What you say? It's a bit of now. Hey, 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 hey. Yo, Spoonie Vibe, yeah. What you doing? What you doing? Get to feeling the vibe, yeah. Are you wet? Are you wet? Are you wet? Are you wet? Sure. And so we moving to the second location. I get to parties popping VIP section. And what we got? Corner my ice, and corner my drinks, and corner the vibe. What you want? What you want? I get to what's a lot, get to crush. And don't you tell anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you a special weekend. It is a Friday. If you're driving to work, be safe. If you're going to drop off the kids, be safe. And if you're just gonna party and have a vibe, make sure you be safe. Because right now, it's a Friday, and we're vibing out in Expresso. Yo, I get to quasi Bonani. And what you say? What you say? Yes, quasi Bonani to Friday. I'm gonna teach you a simple dance. When I go right, you go right with me. When I go left, I'll get to To the bravehearts who persevere against all odds, we salute you. Along with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, we're inspiring hope across South Africa this Hopetober. Stand to win 1,500 Rand every weekday by answering the Hopetober competition question on Expresso's social media pages throughout the month of October, using hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your very feel-good breakfast show this morning. Of course, we are buzzing with excitement. We are brimming with purpose. Why? Because we are officially kickstarting Hopetober, something that has huge significance just for this purpose-driven show, yes, but moreover for the entire country. And brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, the sponsors of Brave, who make it their life's purpose to support not only those working on the front lines, but the rest of us who need to rely on hope to look forward, to stand back up again. Those small acts of kindness, of resilience, of sharing just a moment with someone else can have a far-reaching effect. And building hope is not just about having the hope of the future, but working towards achieving that. Now, someone who tirelessly, literally runs around after criminals all day and those that need to be caught in the net is, I think, one of the unicorns for me, not just within her industry, but within South Africa. And we owe her a huge debt of gratitude, and she embodies what it is to be brave. So my mini studio audience, can we put our hands together for Debbie Sankri Govender, one of the best investigative journalists and human beings the world has ever known.
Thank you,
thank you. And I can say that with authority because I'm old enough to have tracked so many of your milestones through your career. So thank you so much for doing what you do every day. I absolutely love you for that. I've got to ask, yesterday you were probably running around chasing criminals. How are you?
I'm okay. So I was West Rand and East Rand yesterday. I just want to let you know.
And now they have all moved to the northern suburbs now because you've chased them out of the East Rand and the West
I'll go
Rand.
there too.
Why do this? When we talk about bravery, you've got to embody that fortitude every day. What's your why?
Because we all deserve a better country. We all deserve to live in a country where we're all safe, and we deserve to live in a space where we can just do our thing and not worry about what's around the next corner.
Yeah.
I've always had that purpose thing, always.
Yeah, but all of us should have that. What's the difference with you? Why are you out there risking your life literally every day to achieve that?
Because I knew I could. Simple answer. I was always like this from the time I was little. That feeling of wanting to see justice. And, you know, you growing up in rural KwaZulu-Natal, I just knew. There was something about it. I can't even begin to tell you what it was. I just knew.
It's your purpose.
My purpose.
And I love the fact that South Africa is now hanging its hat on purpose. And it feels like a golden era for us. It feels like we're entering into the best time. And I suppose I'm old enough to have lived through a few times to understand the relevance of this. But I'm dying to ask you, has there been a moment where you didn't just think, but you knew you had maybe gone too far? What is the bravest you've had to be in your job?
So I think in my kind of job, you always get like the new next brave. So your first new brave was the first time I got clapped. So that was my new brave.
Who would dare? Who would
Well,
dare?
you know, right at the very beginning, in the very olden days, the first clap, and I was with a group of people, and it was at an appliance repair shop in Durban, the old Berea Road. They locked us in and they clapped us. And I remember thinking, well, it's going to happen again, so you either go big or go home. So that was my first new brave. And then there were new limits being set as you moved along. I mean, state capture was a whole other new brave when we started exposing a whole kind
There's
of
layers to the risk. Yeah.
wonderful information that we were exposing at the time. There will always be different limits of brave.
I love the way that you've framed that, because for South Africa, it's the same. As we deal with one trauma, as we handle one set of baggage, we move on to the next. And there is a generation of young South Africans that are ready. I think they are purpose-driven. Something has changed. There's magic in the water right now.
True.
So we have an opportunity when Hope-Tober arrives, and you can see how excited I get, because I can see the knock-on effect. When Adcock Ingram OTC, officially the sponsors of Brave, which I love, chose you as an ambassador, why did you answer that call? What are you hoping to achieve?
It was such a natural fit for me, because I kept thinking, I've been in this game for over 30 years, a long, long time. And I kept thinking, I can't be one of a handful of people that's doing the brave thing. I've been looking for a partner that I could twin with, where we could just disseminate the information and get everyone to realize you can be brave too.
Get into the nuance of it, the small things.
In your own circle. You don't need a television show to be brave. You don't need this massive platform, because that's what everybody thinks you need so that you can be brave. But you can lead in your own environment.
Yes.
In a small way.
I love that. So as Debbie, and following on from that, to light that Debbie fire, okay, in whatever space they're in, what advice do you have for the South African waking up this morning, embracing their day? No matter what that might look like, and how insurmountable that might look like, what advice do you have this Hope-Tober for South Africa?
If you see the nonsense, call it.
Yo.
Say something about it. Don't go home and say something about it. Say something about it there.
Yes.
Guys, this is not right. And say why. And that's it. You don't have to have a fight about it or create some kind of tension. Just say it's not right. And the more of us do that, it starts to grow after a while.
Well, you make it a lot easier for us to do it, because you take those hard yards. I love you. I love what you represent, and the fact that you just said you've been doing this for 30 years and you still seem like you are barely even hitting your straps yet.
Still loving it.
Exactly. Well, I think we are entering our prime in this space. As broadcasters, we have the opportunity to spread this on another level, but we need the likes of Adcock Ingram OTC to answer that call and literally put their money where their mouth is, and not in some kind of marketing-driven way, but in a real way. Actually connect with people, get the ambassadors who are going to make their mark. That is social impact. And I think you can understand why we are so excited for today. So don't stray too far, because Hope-Tober is continuing, well, not just for the next 2.5 hours, but for the rest of this month, and it is golden.
There is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
Thank you so much, Gray. A minute after 7 o'clock. Let's get into your next bit of news on this Friday morning. And we start out nationally, where the South African Human Rights Commission has welcomed eKwathini Metro's decision to engage retired engineers to address Durban's ongoing water crisis. Now, the plan follows a report by the SAHRC after a March meeting about the about a March meeting about the city's concerning water issues. Now, according to spokesperson Wisani Beloy, both the Metro's mayor and the water and sanitation head confirmed that retired engineers would be enlisted. The Commission believes this approach will not only help resolve the crisis, but also leave the Metro better equipped through knowledge transfer to current engineers. Sticking to your national news, a police officer from Senwa Barwana, Limpopo, has been arrested for allegedly killing 6 people to claim over 10 million rand in insurance payouts. The 43-year-old sergeant reportedly began her killing spree in 2019, targeting victims from disadvantaged backgrounds, including the disabled and mentally challenged. Now, she ensured their lives, naming herself as the beneficiary before their murders. The National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola condemned the officer's involvement, calling it a disgrace. The suspect is set to appear in the Polokwane Magistrates Court today. We take a look at your international news making headlines, where leaders from Egypt, Somalia and Eritrea, countries with tense relations with Ethiopia, have gathered in Asmara, Eritrea. A recent diplomatic dispute has strengthened Somalia's ties with Egypt and Eritrea, raising concerns about potential conflict. Nonetheless, Somalia's Information Minister, Dawad Awais, stressed that the focus of the meeting was cooperation. Somalia is particularly aggrieved that Ethiopia signed a preliminary agreement with Somaliland to release part of its coastline, which Somalia claims. Tensions have also increased over Ethiopia's hydroelectric dam on the Nile, seen by Egypt as a threat to its water supply. Meanwhile, a United Nations Commission of Inquiry has accused Israel of implementing a, quote, concerted policy to destroy Gaza's healthcare. The Commission stated that Israeli attacks on healthcare facilities and the treatment of Palestinian detainees constitute war crimes and the crimes against humanity of extermination. Hamas and other Palestinian groups are also accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity for their treatment of Israeli hostages in Gaza. The report, led by former UN Human Rights Chief Navi Pillay from South Africa, will be presented to the UN General Assembly on the 30th of October. Now, finally, closing up your 7 o'clock news, we head back into Africa, where Rwanda marked this year's World Gorilla Day. That's where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's have another look at your world of sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's dive right in with a momentous moment for England cricket yesterday. In fact, 1 double and 1 triple century. Let's start with England's bowling performance, though. They induced a collapse in Pakistan after Harry Brooks' stunning 317 and Joe Root's double century, 262. His knock there, powering England to a massive 823 for 7. That's where they declared in their first test in Multan. So Pakistan currently trading by 267 runs. At one point, were reeling at 152 for just 6, but steadying the ship, Agha Salman on 41 not outs and Aimer Jamal on 27 not out. They added 70, but Pakistan still needing 115 runs to avoid an innings defeat, and with the whole day left to play, I think it's going to be a tall order. Now let's return to a rugby story that certainly grabbed our emotion as well, as Cornell Hendricks returns to where it all began. So former Springbok Cornell Hendricks, he's made a significant move by signing with Boland Cavaliers, and that's when his contract with the Bulls currently comes to an end, closing out his career where his incredible journey began. The 36-year-old winger, who once battled a serious heart condition in 2015, I think earned the pride and the hearts of not just the rugby fraternity, but the world, making a remarkable comeback. And he now returns to his home province and will bring his wealth of experience and, of course, that fire that burns with him back to the province and the community that helped to shape his own rugby journey. So we certainly wish him well on this next phase. Now, we've seen a revolving door in Formula One. We've seen who's left. Let's see who is coming into the fold. Formula One's governing body, the FIA, have announced some key announcements and appointments following a series of senior departures under President Mohammed bin Sulayman. So let's start with Spaniard Alberto Villarreal. He joins as general manager, while Alessandra Malhame, she takes on the role of senior HR director. She'll have to govern this new team. Villarreal's position follows, of course, the exit of FIA's first CEO, Natalie Robin, and that was in May. These changes come as Ben Suleiman, who assumed office in 2021, obviously goes after a second term in 2025. So building, I think, his team around that agenda. And now this one, mixed feelings about it, as one of the greats of this era and any in tennis is now hanging up his racket, so to speak. Rafa Nadal has announced that he will be officially retiring after the Davis Cup finals in November this year, closing a legendary career with 22 Grand Slams under his belt. The 38-year-old Spaniard, renowned for his fierce rivalries with some of the other GOATs of this era, Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic, in the later stages of his career, will end his journey with 92 titles to his name and some $135 million in prize money, never mind the endorsements. Nadal, who's a 14-time French Open champion, that was his happy hunting ground, also won Wimbledon twice, the US Open 4 times, the Australian Open twice, and I think has cemented his name as one of the greatest. He will be missed, but I'm sure on the global sporting scene, he's not going to be too far away. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's get into the weather.
Off with your traffic this morning, please. I'm going to ask you to be careful because it does seem like there are accidents all over the country. Starting off in KZN, Mandini, there's been a serious truck accident on the N2 route north of the Mandini exit. The truck has fallen off the mountain, so please approach the area with caution. In Cape Town, Paarl, there's been another truck accident on the N1 inbound before the Deutskloof Lodge. All lanes are open with no current delays, so please do slow down when approaching. Still keeping it in the mother city at the Cape Flats, there is congestion on the N2 inbound at Jakes Gerwel Drive, so do expect delays over there. In Johannesburg, the city of gold, Alberton, there is a station vehicle on the N12 eastbound after Voortrekker Road, and the left shoulder is obstructed, so please drive carefully when passing by, and remember to always buckle up, stay safe, and always have hope, because it is a happy Friday indeed, because we're together. And with that being said, we always want to make sure that you are dressed perfectly, my love, so let's take a look at your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a warning for extremely high fire danger in several regions, including the northern and eastern parts of the Northern Cape, Western Free State, Central Eastern Cape, areas in Northwest Province, and the extreme northern parts of Limpopo. Additionally, a heat wave with persistently high temperatures is expected to impact the extreme northeastern parts of the Eastern Cape, Limpopo, and parts of Mpumalanga until Sunday. The Central and Eastern Free State and Northwest Province will feel the heat wave's grip until Monday. Residents are urged to take precautions, avoid open flames, and stay hydrated as conditions are expected to remain very hot and very dry. Something else that's coming in very hot, though, are those sunrise views, honey. And this morning, somebody who's representing from my mother city, Delish from East London. I love it, and I mean my home city. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at the beach. Now I want to go home. Delish, you are a superstar. Thank you for absolutely allowing us to see your view. And Mzansi, if you have not sent yours as yet, all you got to do is send it as a WhatsApp on 063-408-8863, and it literally takes you 5 seconds. You go cling, and then you send it to your favorite contact, Expresso. Yeah, you know what I mean? Thank you. Let's link over to your temperatures and find out what's happening in terms of the day.
All right, Expresso family, remember this October we are giving you a chance to win, courtesy of our good friends at Cock Ingram OTC, the sponsors of Brave. So we are looking for 3 lucky winners. But how can you be a winner? You just simply go to our social media pages and you respond to the question that we are asking you today. And we want to find out from you what it means to you to be hopeful, or what does hope mean to you. So we are going to inbox you to find out about your contact details, and we are also going to contact you live on air. Wouldn't you want to be this winner? So we are saying to you, get to entering. And once you are selected as a finalist, once again, we will inbox you for your contact details. And also competition, it ends at 8 a.m. And T's and C's do apply. And of course, you can find them at expressoshow.com. I look forward to announcing you as a winner.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, and it doesn't get any more feel-good than your feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back, family, and I really do hope that you can feel the vibes wherever you are. Now, as I mentioned before, we went to the ad break. We are joined in studio by undoubtedly one of the most iconic thespians to ever come out of this country. And we do know that Muvhango has entered its 27 years of exciting storytelling. And this legendary thespian has joined Muvhango. Who am I talking about? I am talking about the one and the only Leleti Khumalo, everybody. May we please just give her a round of applause. Come on now, come on, come on, come on. I was actually saying to Makhumalo that I feel like she's going to make my job so difficult, right? Makhumalo, Sobo. Oh, no, Siapela, it's good to see you. Welcome to Expresso.
Thank you so much. I'm humbled. Thank you for inviting me.
I am humble, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my job. What's the first thing that you said to me?
I said you're handsome.
Oh, my goodness. All right, the show can end, everybody. The show can end. All right, all right.
No, you are. You are.
Thank you very much. Are you looking beautiful as ever?
Thank you so much, AB.
Awesome, and congratulations with now your new role in Muvhango,
Muvhango,
Dr.
yeah.
Nonhlanhla Timba.
Yes, thank you so much. It's not easy, I must say.
Sure.
I've got a lot that I need to deliver, you know.
Yeah.
The people out there are waiting for Leleti to show something different, you know, from what I've been doing before.
Yeah.
It's, you know, when as actors, we always look for challenge when we accept our roles.
Oh, okay.
And I said, when I looked at the script for this one, I was like, excuse me, I was like, this I want to do. You know,
okay.
because it's so different from the roles I've been doing before.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Klimba is your Margaret Thatcher, if I may say so,
yeah.
at work.
So very powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at home, she's a totally different person. So
okay.
her character is very interesting because
Yeah.
she's got two characters in one.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
and I remember when they introduced Dr. Klimba at the company, Mubango,
Yes.
and everybody should be scared of her because of where she's coming from, and because she is known. You know,
Yes.
she's a business mogul. She's a doctor. She's in construction. So she's big in business.
Yeah. And now, I mean, storytelling, you know, somebody might say it has evolved over the years, right? So you have touched on how different this character is from, you know, all the other characters that you have portrayed. So would you say that storytelling has, you know, changed over the years? Because now Muvango is entering its 27 years.
Listen, it has changed, and they're introducing a story that people will relate to it, you know? It's not just the story, it's the new characters as well. Myself and other people, you know. I work with young talent now.
Oh, yes.
And they are bringing something that is very interesting. It's, for us, if we can embrace the young talent, because we are learning a lot from them, I must say. I've been in the industry for long, but again, I am learning so much from the young talent.
Oh, okay. But what would you say is the difference, though, between, you know, the industry, let's say, 20 years ago to how it is now? Because, I mean, you spoke about young talent.
Yes. You know, before,
Yeah.
I have to be honest, you know, you would be hired for what you have. But now, there's social media. There are how many likes you have, you know?
True.
And, and you might get somebody that's got too many likes, but again, that person has got a talent, you know?
Okay,
So a lot of things have evolved.
Okay.
Have evolved, you know? So it's like I said earlier, it's beautiful to have these young ones, you know? They're making the industry like, they're making it, the energy has changed.
Yeah.
You know, you enjoy coming to work with them, learn something from them. So it is amazing, I must say.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Dr. Nonhlanhla Klimba.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been fascinated by actors, actresses, or thespians, if you may. How do you prepare for a role like that? Because, you know, I think, you know, it's somewhat different from your personality because you spoke about this commanding personality. And I know you have this just soft and calming personality, like, hey, come here, I want to hug you, type of personality, you know?
It is like I say, people are waiting for Uleleti to deliver something different.
Yeah.
I have started. It's not easy.
Sure.
You prepare for such character every day. It's not like you prepare it before you go on air. You prepare for it every day. Whenever you're on call, you have to prepare. You have to remind yourself, okay, go to Dr. Klimba. Dr. Klimba love her family, and she is so into helping other people, especially in the rural areas, because that's where she comes from.
Okay.
And so you must remember all of those things for you to be able to deliver every day. It's not easy, I must say.
I can imagine. All right, and finally, we are celebrating October.
Yeah.
And we're asking the person who's watching to give us their reason for, you know, having hope or what hope means to them. So what would your message of hope be to the person who's watching at home right now?
You know, my message of hope would be for the young ones again.
Yeah.
You know, they struggle a lot.
Sure.
But in their struggle, they must know that they are not alone. If they can voice their challenges, they can get help.
I like that. So very important for you to voice your challenges. Leleti Khumalo, the legend, the icon, just so you know, we appreciate you and thank you for joining us on Expresso. And also all the best with your role of Dr. Nonhlanhla Klimba.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, it's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, everybody. Leletu Kumalo did say that she so loves the energy that she's experiencing from this Joburg studios. And also remember to catch Muvango Monday to Friday on SABC2 at 9 p.m. But otherwise, it was an absolute pleasure having this chat, and we continue with some more Feel Good vibes after this. And oh, by the way, remember, Leletu Kumalo said, AB, you are handsome. Just saying.
Oh my goodness, he's going to ride with that for the rest of his life. Leletu Kumalo, thank you so much for being here. What an honor, what a privilege. And also, I have the greatest honor and privilege because I get to be back in the braaiing side of the kitchen with a wonderful individual. But before I get to that, let me tell you what we're exploring today. It's the art of the perfectly balanced bride fish, just in time for the weekend celebrations. I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can do. And we've got owner and chef at Fear Restaurant, Sean Scrooby, is here dishing up a delicious dorado with chimichurri butter, as well as a Mediterranean-inspired salsa. I'm tripping over my words here, chef. It's a lot. Dorado, Mediterranean. It's a delicious dish that's going to come together. What are we doing? Where do we begin?
Look, I would say that we live in a country of briars, you know, and the thing that everybody has got almost like like wonderful fright of is putting a piece of fish in the braai.
Because fish is so delicate. I don't even want to fry it. I don't buy it. I'm scared of it.
No, and you know, it's so easy. I come from the West Coast, so grew up eating a lot of fish and of course on the braai. And then you know, I met my Spaniard, and she introduced me to the whole Mediterranean lifestyle of things. So it's been great, but you know, never be scared of fish, you know. So a bit of a top tip, put the fish the night before already inside the fridge, cover it uncover it really nicely, put a little bit of salt on top. That will dry out the skin, and that will give you that nice crusty skin. Now on the braai here, we've already put a nice grilled pan, and we've heated it nicely. Just gonna take a little bit of olive oil. We'll put it on there just to make sure that it
doesn't stick.
And then we're gonna put that fish down already, skin down. I like to only do the skin. It's going to slowly but surely just get in there, because what we want the skin to crisp up. That skin is always also going to protect the fish from the actual cooking. So a little bit of fats between that, and then to really make it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to help me.
Work, chef.
Like we like people helping, so you're going to help me with the Mediterranean salsa. Now we've got some tomatoes here.
And different colored tomatoes.
Yes,
too.
it's exotic range. It's really lovely. So put a little bit for us that inside. We've got some chopped red onion. We've got some black olives there as well. We're going to mix that through. Of course, that gives us that lovely Mediterranean flavors.
I am
going to do a bit of garlic just as you are in. Once you've done that, take a bit of the like a microplane, and then just mince it in there for you.
Thank you, because chef, you know I got nails. So I appreciate
that's
you
the
doing
first
this
thing
for
that I
me.
saw. So, and you know, the best thing is teamwork, you know?
Yes, it makes the dreamiest work and the most delicious work as well. Okay, I feel less intimidated by this fish.
Okay.
Dorado, though, I haven't heard of before. Very interesting fish, interesting color too. Apparently in Hawaii, they call it mahi-mahi. So what is the flavor of the fish? What sort of vibe does it give?
It is like almost, if you think in our language, you know, which will be, it will be almost like yellowtail. So you're thinking more of it in that lines, and like almost like a bit of more of a gamey fish. Now, very important, cut up a quick bit of lemon in there. We're gonna just squeeze a bit of lemon in. Whoops,
that's
it's
okay.
all over the place.
Pips included.
There, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. The good thing is these days it all get, you know, de-pipped or pipless.
You do. You get seedless everything.
Bit of balsamic vinegar just to give it a little bit of flavor in there.
And chef, we're heating up the salsa.
Yes. You know, you just want to. It's almost like a little salad. I'm going to add a little bit of bit of olive oil in there, and then salt, a little bit of pepper. If you can do that honors for me, I'm going to tend to the fish.
And when it comes to the fish, how long on each side? What are we talking about?
Now, this is what I love to do is, I'm just leaving it there to basically cook on the one side. We're not going to cook the fish on the top side, really. What we want is the fish to be protected from the heat by the skin. So all I'll do is, there's this wonderful olive oil spray, I'll just spray it to keep it nice and moist. Spray it from the top, of course. Then that way we'll have the lovely, almost like moisture retained. We are going to, I love lemon. Lemon
I was going to say, there's no flavor on there.
Yes, lemon is the thing that perks up everything.
Yeah.
Now this one, we've got a little bit pips there, but it's not. We'll just do it like this. So we are going to just squeeze it up a little bit of this lemon juice on there. And that will help, just perk up the fish nicely. And of course, then I will just season it, generously. And there we go. Now, we're not finished with this. We are going to add in a bit more Mediterranean flavors. I will just, stick this on there so that it just heats on nicely through.
Nice.
I am going to take this wok that has already been heated, a little bit of olive oil in there, and then we should put the asparagus spears. It's, to me, grilled asparagus is one of that lovely Mediterranean flavors.
Yes, right.
And again, just olive oil, salt.
Doesn't need very much.
No, it doesn't need much. It's got enough flavor. And then we'll just keep it cooking through as we're cooking the fish.
Okay.
So not all that we want is we want crust on the fish at the bottom. So we'll keep it going. Now, another top tip. We've got a little baking tray in here. Any old cake tray that you can, heat it up, and all that we'll do is we'll cover the fish, we'll turn it around, and that will then cook the bottom part of the fish.
It almost steams in its own heat.
Exactly.
I love this.
And then we just add in a little bit of that flavors to get it going. But all we want is that top crusty skin.
Oh, yes, and that is the finished product. Absolutely delicious. One quick one, Chef.
Yes.
We don't marinate the fish the night before, right?
Not really. Look here. I love the flavor of fish.
Okay.
So why
Let
take
it
the flavor
shine.
away? Exactly.
Let the flavor shine. I love this. Less intimidating approach to fish, and you get a gorgeous Mediterranean meal. My tongue and my mouth is watering. At the end of the day, I can't wait for you to do this weekend. It's going to be such a beautiful display also that you can put on and show off for your friends.
Exactly. Nice way to round off the table.
I think so, absolutely. And I want to tell you right now to light up the braai fire this weekend, all right? Because Woolworths has fantastic new flavors for you to put on the grid. It's just in time for summer. The weather is warming up a little bit. So please shop responsibly sourced fish, and you could do that at Woolworths. It's available in-store, online, and of course on the app. Chef Sean, you're brilliant. This is incredible. Yum.
Thank you very much.
This week on the Tastemaster Junior, you're invited to our family feast as our contestants share what their families love to eat.
She probably thinks I'm bossy.
Please make the dumplings.
Okay, my mama, multitask.
Ek doen. I can take instructions if I have to.
Okay, I love you, Mum.
Okay, cinnamon.
That's the Tastemaster Junior this Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on SABC2. Repeats Wednesday at 1 p.m. and Sunday at 4 p.m.
See you there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Plug into purpose, because that's what today is all about, and hopefully in a way that prompts you to look at your world, your space, and go out there and do something. I think Nelson Mandela said it best, and we often lean on his amazing words. Hope is a powerful weapon, and no one power on earth can deprive you of it. But you've got to make a choice with the same conviction. And I think it's in that spirit that Hopetober has returned and is spreading this notion of bravery, of resilience, of getting back up again, kind of the South African superpower. And they are doing it courtesy of Adcock Ingram OTC. I always say officially the sponsors of Brave, because they literally go out and sponsor the bravest individuals in the country. And I'm so proud, obviously, to welcome back Debbie, who I have not stopped asking questions to for the last 45 minutes, so I'm sorry for that, but it's a rare opportunity to plug into your brain. And then, of course, we have got Hlompo Sisele representing her amazing Adcock Ingram OTC family. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for doing this. I think for those of us who work in this space, who have to interview the people that get affected by this, interview the mom who lost a child because the emergency services couldn't get there, interview the pharmacist who saved a community when disaster struck because he had the resources and the ways and means. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand Hopetober. Why did you guys want to do it?
As an initiative, I think, firstly, good morning.
Welcome, babe. Welcome.
Good morning. I would start off that the past 5 years have been incredibly difficult for so many people.
Sure.
People have dealt with job losses, tough economic conditions, COVID-19. Trauma, just the beauty, though, through all of that heartache and hopelessness, we just saw people that just stood up every single day. The healthcare workers and pharmacy staff, they left their own families, they sacrificed their own lives and just went and helped communities at large, right in the heart of the pandemic. So we wanted to just take all of that heart and braveness, and then we thought, okay, October is Mental Health Awareness Month. Tie that in, and Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, wanted to just create a month where we can use it as a beacon of hope. And that's why we renamed October to Hopetober, the month of hope.
I think it's in the dictionary now. It's official. And we want to live this because we certainly need to balance out the emotional connection that we have. I've got to ask you, because this notion of, I remember reading a letter, I think Nelson Mandela had written it 7 years into his time on Robben Island, a letter to his daughter, who he had no relationship with, but it was so rich with relationship, with hope, that he would have had no reason or any kind of information to foster. It was all on him. Maybe his brothers that were around him in that space, but he had to do it. It was something that he had to actively foster. How do you do that to counterbalance what you have to deal with every day? Because I would imagine hope is in short supply in your day job.
Definitely in short supply. And remember, sometimes if I look at my crooks, I don't just do the one crook in a day.
I like how you say my crooks.
My crooks, no.
My crooks, my little,
they're
my...
They're like my children. I dream about them. I think about them. I role play with them about when I meet them, what am I going to say? And when they say this, I'll say that. I'll tell you what. For me, it's important that we keep the hope going. And I do this by remembering that this is the plan. There's no plan B.
Yeah.
We live in this country. There's no plan B.
Hope fuss and do it, man.
Hope fuss, and we've got to make it work. And how do we make it work? You don't need a television show to make this work. You need yourself to make it work. So within your own circles, you lift it. That's what you need to be able to do. And you know, Derek Watts, my dear colleague, who I miss so much, he was the person who led this last time around. And when I think about somebody like Derek, I mean, he led from the front. He was my TV dad to a large extent. And
so he was grandfather to the crooks.
Uncle grandfather to the crooks. And I think about somebody like him who led from the front, and I think, well, I want to lead from the front, you leading from the front, you lead from the front, you on the other side of the camera lead from the front. Live it, because this is the plan.
I love it. And we aren't about plan Bs. You know, we let go of plan B during the 2010 World Cup. I think we let go of that notion. Sorry, Australia. But the bottom line is this campaign brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, officially the sponsors of Brave. And I'm going to say this because I want people to rally to what you are doing in a professional context. If they want to align their purpose with what you're doing and have impact in the social space, join hands. But for me, the magic is in the everyday person, what we can do in our own space. So how does this follow through? in that space. What action are you inspiring within the communities?
We first started off by going to the people that wake up every single day, and those are the healthcare workers. And we're like, great, let's give them some masks, let's give them all the tools that they need.
Empower.
To empower and just spread that positivity. And I think it just translated so beautifully in how they do it every single day. Then further to that, we go around to all our key customers, we spread some good vibes and good times, and we get dancing, and everyone, and really if you put it into the first people that you meet, exactly how Debbie put it, you just have to start with yourself, charity starts at home, then you take it further, and that just translates into everyone else that you meet.
And it's the knock-on effect. I get to wake up with those people every single day.
Wow.
So I will speak to the moms. I will speak to the young South Africans that are now purpose-driven. Something happened during COVID, and I'm sorry that I'm using the C word all the time now, but we haven't processed the trauma that we went through. I went through trauma, and I'm lucky enough to be live on air every day talking about it, and I've realized my mental health has benefited as a result. I came back on air a broken shadow of the version of who I remembered. Every South African has been through something like that, and we need to talk about it. You know what's going on a level that few of us do. If we can speak to those young South Africans now who are wanting to channel their purpose, what do we need to look at? Is it one-on-one relationships with our fellow South Africans? Do we target job creation? For you, what are those pressure points where we can see the magic happen?
So here's the thing. The first thing is to figure out what your purpose is.
I love
Because
that.
we all have a different purpose, right? Because when you find that sweet spot, and how do you know what your purpose is? It's when it makes your soul sing.
And the fire burns.
When the fire burns and it doesn't feel like work. Because I still say, I do not believe I've worked a single day in my life. Because you've been fulfilling your purpose. So to young people, go figure out what your purpose is, and that's the criteria. Soul must sing. Don't feel like you work a single day in your life. Once you figure that out, then you go align now. Now, where does that fit in? What do I do? Once you've done that.
Who else is doing it? Which partners can I link up with?
Exactly. Then everything starts to fall into place. The universe will align.
I'm going to ask you very quickly, because that means different things for different people. For you personally, because you're a beacon now for other young girls wanting to occupy this space. You've knocked that door down. What does hope mean to you?
Hope means to me is, I heard something really good on the radio the other day, and I have to share it. And it says, be a candle. And I think you're like, what? Be a candle? But the beauty of that, just the essence of it is just that you have to carry, and to spread light, you have to carry it and be a source of light and surround yourself with light. So I wake up every day and carry my little light and keep it shining.
Well, we will protect that flame with everything that we've got. And of course, we need to remind you that you can keep that candle, that flame burning in your own space. And we want to just help you and answer how wonderful you've been through this journey with this campaign. So remember, you guys stand the chance of winning yourself 1,500 Rand. It's an unbelievable opportunity that you can just head over to the social media pages to plug into. And we were asking you what hope means to you. I've just been getting from my team here some of the amazing messages that have come through. I'm going to start with this one, who happens to be our winner for this edition, the incredible Brian Cruz. Actually, can we get a round of applause for Brian Cruz? I don't have him live on the phone, so I'm going to relay his beautiful words. Hashtag Hopetober, hashtag sponsors of Brave. To me, hope means always seeing the positive and light, even when things seem dark and dreary. It's hope that keeps me going and striving for what seems unattainable, because with hope, even what seems that it is an unattainable goal may be reached. Hope for the moon and land among the stars.
Nice.
I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. If you want to follow that notion and win yourself 1,500 Rand by just spreading a little bit of hope, a little bit of bravery yourself, head over to the Expresso social pages and tell us, what does hope mean to you?
Hopetober is a month of hope. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
My friends, you better get entering, because as you can see, the winners are being made, honey, and you can't win if you don't enter. Right about now, though, it's time for yet another episode of Handy Heroes. Today, the experts from Shaves, Paint and Decor in Sandton, they share their DIY hacks and those very valuable paint tips to help make your next DIY project very quick and very easy. Check this out.
Powered by Plascon, today's Handy Heroes comes from Shaves, Paint and Decor in Sandton.
Welcome to Shaves, Sandton. We are a single shave store in Johannesburg. We're very proud of our store. It's got a lot of space, an airy feel, and we feel a lot of the decorators come here and assist our clients with products, knowledge and advice. Our customers are everyone from the home decorator, steel furniture companies, and then we also have your general handyman and contractor that comes in.
I like the very personalized service that you get. All our paint colors that we come in and we have mixed are kept on record, and I can phone in any time to one of the sales agents. They can pick up the box, see when last it was mixed, which job it was, and have it ready for me and delivered on time.
We have a broad range of Plascon products, everything from the automotive side to furniture coatings, to industrial, to decorative. My favorite product, it would be Plascon Velvaglow water-based. It's a polyurethane. It's very easy to apply. It's water washable. And once it dries really hard. My DIY tip would be to use a brush cleaner. This is a polycell brush cleaner. What it does is it cleans the brush professionally. You take your brush, you wash it, and you can reuse that a number of times to clean your brush.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
That's beautiful work right there. Handy Heroes, we appreciate and love you.
Yeah.
Well, we have to, of course, get into some coffee to wake up this morning. It was a very early alarm, and now we're here, so we need to be sustained a little bit more.
100%. You know what? Great coffee is like a masterpiece each and every time. Each bean carefully selected and roasted to perfection, my doll. Creating a rich palette of like bold flavors, aromatic notes, and the energy to craft the perfect start to your day. You know, like a little bit of a midday lift.
I like
For us,
this.
it's in the morning, you know, even a little bit like a wind down sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do caffeine in the evening. I'd be buzzing till
I
3
would.
a.m. You
Yeah.
would do that. Well, speaking of a masterpiece, Zanele, we welcome back somebody that was here a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Our Brasmata barista, Vuyani's in the building, and he's joined this week by fellow Indian Winelands North barista, Liko. And I can't wait to get into conversation with the two of them. They'll be showing us some coffee art skills this morning. So next time I make you a coffee, it's going to be like...
Yes, girl.
You know what I mean?
You promised, Kekarisa, please. I don't want skimping.
No. All right, Vuyani, welcome back. Liko, thank you for being here this morning. When it comes to coffee art, it is an art, hey?
Yes.
Lots of love being put into it. Do you get different shapes, or how do you even decide on how to do it?
So what we do, firstly, we have different coffees and for different customers. And it depends on the mood of the customer, you see. We try to ask as many questions as we can so we can able to make your favorite coffee according to your... Most of the time we give love. We give those hearts because you know what? You need to have your coffee first. It gets better.
Yes, and by now you know my order's a flat white. What's your order when it comes to coffee?
It is always a cappuccino with almond milk and a little bit of sweetener. That's me.
A little bit of honey too. So with that, we add the love, Vuyani, by putting some coffee art on it. Are you going to show us how to do that today?
Yes, of course. We're going to show, we have Liko.
Come on,
Liko is very
Liko.
good. She's going to
It's
show
Liko
us.
the Picasso.
Yes,
She
yes.
do all the art. I
So
love
you like
that.
flat white, right?
Yes.
So you like the balance between espresso and the milk flavors.
do.
And you like cappuccino. So you want to test your espresso and your milk and your fluffy froth.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Ladies know your
my
coffees.
Yes. What's your favorite coffee, Vuyani?
I'm a purist, but if I have to take another coffee, I would definitely take flat white because I like the balance.
Put it here.
Why? What's so nice about the flat white,
Team
guys?
flat white.
Because it's the balance between espresso and
You get the
milk
kick,
flavors.
but you
yeah.
get the cream.
Okay, fair. I get that. I love it.
Okay, so we put the coffee grinds in.
Yes, we're working with 18 grams of coffee and then we use our Sino art. We follow everything. So we cannot leave anything to chance. Everything, as you see Liko now, she's flashing. You want to make sure you get the perfect cup of coffee.
Oh, we love this. The precision is amazing. 18 grams. Is
18
what
grams
you
of
say.
coffee and then what comes out is 45 grams of espresso. That's the
Oh,
volume.
beautiful. And then how do you balance the milk with that? How do you know how much to put in?
So we're checking We have our jugs, they have measurements, and our cups for your flat white, we're having a 250 mils and 350 mils, you understand? And when we do the frothing, the aeration, so we controlling how much air we put in, because the more air you put in, the more froth you're having. Flat white, you don't want more froth, you want it balanced. Cappuccino will put a little bit more air.
Oh my word, you know that, I don't know why, but I never thought that there was like so much precision in terms of deciding 350 grams and this many grams and all that stuff. Here we are, we just see you guys doing it so easily.
Yeah.
Kanti, there's a huge, like, you know, a big thing to this. I love that.
Here comes the coffee art.
Remember,
Okay.
with coffee also, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're representing everyone. The farmers, the packers, the roasters. The art is your signature to say Vuyani is here.
Oh, come on, Vuyani, come on, Liko. Oh, and she gave us a heart.
Yeah, beautiful heart,
Oh, it's love.
It's all about the love, Zanele. This is for you.
Is this mine?
Yes.
I'm so
But
happy.
Zanela, do you take
And
normal
then,
milk?
Hey?
Does she take normal milk?
Oh, don't take a sip. That's normal
Okay,
milk.
thank you. Oh, okay, thank you, my love. Yeah,
But you can hold the love in your hands. And these are so incredible. Thank you so much for getting us through. I'm going to learn how to make this in the ad break. It's kind of like watching art come to life in a cup. You know what I'm saying? Because look at her. Don't go anywhere just yet. In a bit, our talented baristas are going to teach us how to make some latte art of our own.
Woo.
And you can learn a thing or two too. So we'll see you after this.
Handy Heroes, powered by Plascon. We've got this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're talking coffee, baby. And let me tell you about coffee, okay? It's more than just a drink.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a form of expression when it comes to our creativity. It also is a wake-up call in the mornings. And with the right technique, even your morning cuppa can become a canvas for a masterpiece.
100%, my friend. I would not be able to live without coffee, if we're being honest. And we've absolutely been blown away by the incredible coffee art from our talented baristas. And now it's time to roll up our sleeves, ne? And we've got to try it out for ourselves. We're ready, guys. Guys, what do we need to know? I want to be a coffee artist. Yes. Please. Let's do it.
Before you become a coffee artist, you need to pay attention to detail.
Hectic. Okay.
Paying attention to detail, how much coffee you're going to put in.
Yes.
Pressing, you can see we're using 24.
No, Vianney, you can do that one. I mean, I just want to do the ad.
So you want to do the ad? Okay, let's guide you to do the ad then.
Yeah, just...
You come around.
All right, thank you.
But you have to pour your own milk.
Yes,
so we direct you to pour your own milk.
Okay, all right.
Be comfortable, please.
Okay, so I just...
Yes.
Carissa, I'm learning to do what you said you were going to learn.
Listen,
okay?
I had to put you to work.
So how much
Not much until to the V of the spout.
I'm actually, you know what, I'm learning a new skill. I'm going to start making money. I'm going to start charging all of you for coffee here at Expresso.
Not the side hustle at Expresso.
Yes, 100%. There we go.
So you need...
Okay, I poured the milk and I did it well. Thank you. Yeah.
But you need to steam your milk then.
I need to steam it still.
You need to take out
This is hard work. This is very hard work. I'm so stressed.
Take
How
out
do I...
some steam first.
Okay.
Sorry.
Vianney almost killed me.
Just a touch. You need to do just a touch. And then you open full.
Okay, I'm opening full.
Yeah, full.
Full.
Full. Okay.
I'm steaming milk.
Full.
Full.
Yes.
It's full.
You have a perfect shot there. Okay.
Okay,
Let's
perfect.
keep it this way.
Yes.
Now you need to check on the side. You need to check on the side.
To see.
Other side, you are comfortable. So when it goes to 65, 65
There's
is warm enough.
temperatures on the side.
Stop. Close.
The pressure's getting worse.
Okay. And you need to wipe your steam.
I've never known that there's temperatures on the side.
Yes. So we don't want the milk, the coffee to burn you. It needs to be hot enough, but drinkable.
Okay, so where am I going now?
So which one is your strong hand?
Oh, here we go. I'm so excited. Okay.
Which one is your strong hand?
This is my strong hand. So I must pour with my strong hand.
Pour with your right.
All right,
and
I
hold
got
the cup
this.
with your left.
I got this.
Yes.
All right.
You tilt your cup.
Okay, it's tilted.
Yeah.
Yes.
You pour in the middle.
Okay, in the middle.
Yes.
Haibosana in the middle.
Slowly.
Okay. I'm pouring in the middle.
Yes.
And then?
The pour is not to break the crema. So you want the crema to lift up.
Okay.
And the milk goes down.
Hold on, Vianney. Let me move this. Yes. Okay, and then?
Step in your jug.
Okay,
your jug closer. Step in your jug closer.
Okay.
You want to get those nice hearts.
Okay, and
get
then?
the hearts, get the hearts.
Stop.
I didn't get anything.
You got
But
the
you still
hearts.
have a beautiful coffee though.
But I got nothing.
But it's beautiful. You see the smoothness of your coffee.
I think this is a country. There's a country shaped like this.
Okay.
So that's my art. I do art
Are you
of
bringing
the
this to me?
Atlas. And it is let me show you. That looks like it might be Greenland or I don't know.
But
it's up to you.
Okay.
You decide which country you want it to be.
Don't be offended if I grab the hearts that I just gave you.
You did not make that hard, Carissa. Okay? Vianney, what did I do wrong here? Am I, is there potential at least?
I would say it's a beautiful coffee for a beginner. It's your first day making the coffee. The texture is correct. You have all the crema and your little country there.
Thank you.
I love Vianney. Vianney, thank you for my coffee. I'm going to take this and
great.
go. Thank you.
And now, the lessons to take from this one, now you made the coffee for yourself and you feel like it's not a great coffee.
Yeah.
What about when you're making it for the customer?
I guess. Does that happen to you guys where you sometimes make coffees and you're like, oh, but then it's not perfect for the customer?
It happens all the time. That's why we try to be consistent. So because if you want to start your day, you want to start your day with a great cup of coffee.
But that is great. I'm giving you aspirations to go and travel. Exactly.
Thank you.
Guys, you're absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I'm going to stay here with you guys and I'm going to practice, ne?
Yes.
Amazing. My amazing Expresso family. Listen, whether you're creating a simple heart or an elaborate design, maybe a country like mine, you know what I mean? Coffee art adds that extra bit of joy to your day. And speaking of adding joy to your very big day, a very big congratulations to last week's lucky 3 winners, Thokozani Kola, as well as Tomaray Francis and Louise Ganja. You have each won yourselves an engine voucher to the value of 2,500 rand. Now, if you want your name, or rather, if your name was not announced, do not fret, because Brasmata are giving away another 3 lucky viewers a chance to win an engine voucher to the value of 2,500 Rand each this week. So to enter, simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or X pages by sharing your favorite Brasmata coffee moment with a photo, and make sure you include hashtag Brasmata and hashtag your day gets better in your answer. If you don't do that, you can't win, my friend. Competition closes at midday, Monday, 14 October. T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on expressoshow.com. I wish you all of the best. I'm crossing fingers. 2,500 Rand an engine. It could help your life for so many weeks, I tell you, my love. However, it is always so good to be with you, Expresso family. Right about now, though, I know that we have got such amazing things to chat about, because you know today is all about hope, right? And I know that Carissa, she's standing by with some lovely things in terms of us and getting into hope right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
As you enjoy your Australia continent coffee, we're going to get into some beautiful comments, Zanele. I can't wait for this. You saw earlier on, Tennille was on the show this week, and she, of course, is all behind the Pink Drive, celebrating something incredibly special this October when it comes to breast cancer awareness. So we put this post out there just basically saying we're making a difference this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And, of course, Clover is very proud to partner with the Pink Drive, providing crucial cancer screenings to underserved communities. And they do this through the bottles and packaging. Every time you buy a bottle or the pink bottle, you get 20 cents that goes towards saving lives. Early detection is what we're getting behind. And we asked you to drop a couple of comments, and thank you for getting in touch with your beautiful words. We had Alex Moscato just saying, thank you for all your commitment, Clover. Yes, we do want to thank them. Tabang too getting in touch saying, listen, that is great news. I love to hear it. Keep up the good work. I mean, Colleen also said, Clover, way better. The best way to support is, of course, to make your milk hormone-free. Wouldn't that be great? Well, let's get into what Sin Boert is just saying. Good morning. Well, good morning to you too. And then Alex, of course, just saying, Clover, keep up the good work. And Clover really is doing such incredible work, like I mentioned. If you buy yourself a Clover milk product, and you'll see it because it's a pink product, who wouldn't want that in their refrigerator? From the creams to the yogurts to the milks, 20 cents of that, of course, goes towards early detection screenings and, of course, raising awareness around breast cancer for October. And we want to do exactly that on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And stick around, because we still have so much coming your way. I mean, the show is not done yet. Your Friday fills up straight after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I can't hear anything. Well, I am hearing one thing, and that's a lot of positive affirmations of what Hopetober means to us. And I am absolutely loving this journey because today I'm connecting with some of the most inspirational people that we can. Now, this particular gentleman, it's difficult to know where to jump off because he's achieved so much outside of one of the spheres where he has broken world records, where he has set a new bar. He has won Paralympic medals in more than one discipline. He has literally smashed through that glass roof. He has also just got, or is busy earning his doctorate in chemical engineering, just to rub all of that in. By now, you should know that I'm talking about Mpumelelo Mhlongo. Can we give our double medal-winning Paralympic champion a round of applause, please? I know we don't have an actual live studio audience, but when the cameramen are that infused, it is difficult to know where to start with you. So I'm gonna have to start like every South African and say congratulations.
Thank you, Graham.
If it blows my mind to see these medals here for the first time, how does it make you feel when you consider your Paralympic journey? And you've been through a few to get to this point, to earn this kind of kudos, to see what it means to your country.
Yes.
How are you wrapping your head around this story, man?
Graham, just overwhelmed, you know. Every child's dream is to share in celebration, share in joy, do something that unites a nation, that unites your own community, to know that they were part of the reason of building you to sit on the world stage. And you come away as a Paralympic champion, double medalist for your country. I mean, these aren't things I dream of from where I come from.
And during one of, I'm going to say, hands down, the strongest contingent at a Paralympics that we've ever seen. The athletic achievements this year are on another level. Body clearly strong, mind strong, but I've got to correct you because I heard a little bird told me just now that all you ever really wanted out of life was to have a full fridge. Okay, so hopefully the fridge is full now. But now you're helping others fill their fridge.
Yes.
You're helping others on the baseline of existence just dig deeper and find something else. What is that thing for you? What does that look like? What has allowed you to achieve these kind of results set against the challenges just in the sporting space that you have to face when everyone else is trying to do the same thing? What's the difference? What's your mantra?
I think my mantra is that we're driven by a nation that truly believes that they're the best in the world. Like every little child, I still have these little birds that speak to me that say, you're not enough. Yeah. And I'm always trying to conquer those little voices in my own head.
So he's sitting here with a gold medal and he's still telling him, and I want you guys to take that on board. He is still telling himself that he's not good enough, or at least that little voice is. That is amazing.
I think we all have that. And if I have that, I think about with these achievements, accolades, and you know the adversity I've had to face, how many other kids that come from the corners of life where I come from that have louder voices. Yeah. So hopefully we are a representation that when you conquer those voices, you can really see the latent potential in you that's waiting to be harvested.
And it feels like the nation is looking forward again. We're no longer looking back, and we must always have an eye cast back lest we forget.
Yes.
And you can see what's happening on the global stage right now. Certain nations seem to have forgotten, okay, what we have been through as humanity.
100%.
And it feels like lines are being crossed. But on the flip side of that coin, I'm introduced to young, purpose-driven South Africans like yourself and those following in your footsteps on a level that I've never experienced in my decades of being plugged into this purpose-driven space.
Yeah.
There seems to be hope in a tangible sense now.
Yes.
What is that hope for you?
I think that hope is really, you know, the power that change starts with one person. It's either a teacher, it's a parent, it's you having that one day where you decide that my life is going to look different tomorrow. My current circumstances don't determine my reality. And as a nation, we're really at the precipice that we have to decide that that trajectory needs to be forward-looking, it needs to be brighter, because if we don't decide it, who does?
Yeah. No, our happiness is no one else's responsibility. That works in a relationship and that works on the biggest scale. I've got to ask you, what has been your darkest moment? Because I would imagine there've been a few, okay, like tearing a hamstring in the journey that you've spoken to me about. That must be soul destroying, but I'm sure there are darker moments where you've had to dig even deeper. What has been your darkest moment and what got you through it?
I think my darkest moment over the last decade, I mean, I've had many dark moments, but over the last decade was truly losing one of the closest people to me who was my uncle. He committed suicide back in 2018. And, you know, something happens when somebody who has so much humor, so much love for life that you really rely on and depend on decides to take their own life. And when that happened to our family, I remember selfishly thinking, you know, why us? Why weren't we enough?
Yeah.
And then it happened.
That's natural. That is natural, yeah.
It's natural, but like for context, it happens. I just finished my honors degree, went to Rio, we bombed because I was doing chemical engineering with athletics, trying to decide what comes next. And together, we had this idea that he's gonna go big in music, I'm gonna go big in sports, and together we'll have this collaboration that changes the world. And then you're left alone with what happens next, who do I turn on when times are tough. And I think the only thing that changed me is to say that we have to create our own legacies for those who have come before us, for those who will come after us. And it's those who are living today that get to truly determine how we influence others. And it's those daily actions that we take a lot of cognizance and intention in, so that...
I don't think you're alone. I don't think you're alone, because the objectives are being achieved. And I don't think one does that alone. Internally, we talk metaphysical. How do you look after yourself? How do you keep yourself healthy? I know physically you've got a team helping you do that. But mentally, to close off this conversation, how do you, because that is so absolutely vital, to not take us down that path?
I think as I contextualize life, and I truly think there's something beautiful about the way humanity has come to be, how we interact in our own communities, truly the power of that love that we share for each other and seeing each other have a brighter future. So I look after myself by making sure I make the next person smile. If you're making the next person smile, at some point when you're down and out, somebody will be there for you, whether it's a stranger, a family member, or friend.
Oh, buddy, I absolutely love that. You made me smile a lot today, too. Well, the medals made me smile, and after that, everything has just been an absolute bonus. And living proof of what you can achieve if you hold true to that. Absolutely love that. So you don't have to go out there and change the world or even win a gold medal on one of the biggest stages in the world. Just go out there and make someone else smile today. That's how hope starts.
Congratulations, Mpumalelo. And we are smiling all around here, mostly because Zanele's making all of us coffee this morning, learning that art. She's getting better. I mean, we can admit she's definitely getting better. It's giving clouds. Definitely an upgrade from the Australia she tried to make before. While she continues to learn and figure out coffee art and latte art, I've got to remind you of something that Thabo Mbeki once said that really resonated with many of us. He said, in the end, all that matters is the hope that we lived with integrity and for a higher purpose. I love that. Can the church say amen? Now, this Hope-tober, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, is such a standout each and every year, celebrating hope in such an inspiring way. And in the spirit of celebration, we've put together a specials highlight reel featuring some of the best moments from the past years. Let's have a look.
Hope-tober is back. Now, in the midst of the current world events right now, and it feels like the world is more polarized than it's ever been before, we have a vital role to play.
The beginning of Hope-tober. Now, this initiative is brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, that dedicates the entire month of October to spreading hope and kindness throughout South Africa.
Now, Sir Desmond Tutu once said, hope is being able to see that there's light despite all of the darkness.
Hope is believing in a future. Hope is not giving up. This campaign is real. You know, it had guts, and they come up with some very, how can I put it, fanciful ideas. I think, how's this going to fly? But it does, because it's genuine.
Nelson Mandela once said, sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination.
You've always got to hope for better. And I think South Africans have got something that I think goes hand in hand with that. That's grit. We seem to get through, get by.
Like we always say, after a bad game or bad loss in a semi-final, the sun will shine again tomorrow. And that's the thing. Put that day that was tough behind you and just look forward and focus on that next day. And I mean, if you're down in the dumps or you're at your lowest, there's only one way up. And
you know, it's having that hope and faith that if I work hard enough, I can get to where maybe he was, Quentin, Benny, Sean, Lucas. These are the guys, and that's what I'm saying. We've got the responsibility to ensure the next generation have that same hope of achieving. Like to say, the world is your oyster.
Now, earlier this morning, we asked what your message of hope was for South Africa. And y'all came through with some answers. And the opportunity was winning one of 3 1,500 Rand cash prizes. Good morning, South Africans. As we all know, we have been through a lot. Especially the past 3 years, we lost our loved ones. Some lost everything that they worked hard for. But we never gave up. We continued to fight regardless of the challenges we're facing each and every day in our lives. Let us be brave. Love one another, help each other when we can, because together we will conquer.
Even the simplest of gestures, like a friendly wave or a hello, a warm greeting, can brighten someone's day.
Just remember, all you have to do is wake up the next day and take on the challenge.
Once you choose hope, anything is possible.
My hope for this country is for people to really and truly just understand the potential that we have. Sure. That is this country.
And for us, Abantu, that's what Abantu is. Abantu is a show which is not segmented. It's not a show for black, white, Indian, or colored people. It is a show for South African. And I want to just to make sure that we live a dream of a Nelson Mandela of a rainbow nation. And that's why we say in our tagline, come for the music and stay for the people.
I see young South Africans that are just standing up and doing it for themselves. So I feel the hope now. Actually, when the goosebumps are back, I probably feel more hope now than I have in my entire adult life because of that. So thank you so much, young South Africans, for refilling my cup.
It's that inspiration that we're looking for. And you know, when we have something like this and you see the talent in South Africa, when you, honestly, you're just proudly South African. It's the talent, it's the inspiration.
And that's what hope is about. You put everything aside and you enjoy what you love doing and you make the best of it. And that for me was the pinnacle, you know, of my sporting career.
Yeah, we are all going through dark times. And it goes back to this message of hope. At times we have just concentrated on what's going wrong. I've loved the campaign quite genuinely. I really I've loved the Hopetober, and this Hopetober we've spread it to the nation.
There's always room for improvement because we have grown leaps and bounds, but we need to grow a little bit more.
South Africans, we go through so much. And we are, as a nation, we are always able to laugh at ourselves. It's been our saving grace. And when I see what's happening in the rest of the world right now, with the world in so much turmoil and so much heartbreak going on in so many corners of the globe, you know, we could have been that as well. But it's because we a country that lives with hope. The father of our nation, Nelson Mandela, guided us in that direction to say that we've got to believe that things can work out.
Don't spend your night fretting about it. You wake up the next morning and accept that challenge of that day and keep going on day by day.
South Africa, keep hoping, keep hope alive, and have a wonderful Hopetober.
Beautiful. Hopetober is here, baby. Right now, we're getting really, really excited because it is time to announce our next lucky winner of 1,500 Rand. Come on! Okay, we've got Regan.
Congratulations, Regan!
Regan Adams, who said, hope means to me that there's still a chance for improvement and opportunities in the future ahead. Hello, Regan.
Hello.
How are you? You winner, you.
Hello.
Thank you. Regan, was this not the best way to start off your weekend, my love?
Hello.
Hi, Regan. Regan, can you hear us? Is it all the money that's making you like feel, you know? Can you hear us?
I'm feeling good today.
Yeah? Oh, amazing. Are you feeling full of hope, my love?
It's me to start the day. Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, Regan, that's so exciting. We're feeling the energy with you.
Yes.
I'm curious, how are you going to be
Happy New
spending
Year.
this money?
Thank you. Yes.
Regan, how are you going to be spending the money, lovely? Listen, I think
It's
that
excitement.
Regan, you know what? I also can't hear people when I feel rich. When there's a lot of money, like
Start
it's just
acting
it is
brand
what it
new.
is.
I hear it. Congratulations, Regan Adams. So well deserved, inspiring hope into the nation. And what's great is that you also stand a chance to win.
It's very simple, my love. 1,500 Rand could be yours, but all you have to do, you got to reply to the competition post on our Expresso social pages, and you got to tell us, what does hope mean to you? Don't forget to use hashtag HopeTober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. And the competition does close at 8 a.m., so you got to do it now. T's and C's do apply, and they can be found on expressoshow.com. Get entering, and once you are selected as a finalist, we could inbox you, my friend.
Oh my gosh, we
Yeah.
could, because we're going to find out your contact details. So to be sure to stay on standby, as we'll give you a call live on air, just like we did right now with Regan Adams. It could be you. Get to entering.
Good luck.
October is a month of hope. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back, Expresso family. Happy October, and I really do hope wherever you are having yourself a good time. Now, today we are having a chat about an exciting initiative that is bringing hope to many, businesses and business owners across the country. So we are talking about the SMME Immersion, which is part of the London Investment Week. Now, to tell us more about this, we are joined by the Head of Strategy and Business Alignment at ABSA, that is Mpho Ntlabati. Round of applause for Mpho Ntlabati, everybody. There we go. Mpho, I actually didn't know you were from Bokoni Bophirima.
I am.
Yeah. So you and I actually have something in common.
It sounds like it.
Well, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the objectives of you being part of this week. What were some of the objectives?
Yeah. The primary objective of this project was to showcase the South African business market, essentially the landscape and its attractiveness, essentially to investment.
Sure.
We particularly focused on SMEs, which are everyone knows, are poised to deliver economic growth, the much needed jobs, to disrupt industries and really just solve the complex socioeconomic challenges that the country is facing at the moment and the continent.
Yeah, and that is very important. And talking about these SMMEs, you know, what are some of the businesses that you guys showcased?
Oh, we had some really exciting businesses. I spoke about industry disruption. And I'm happy to share that one of the businesses is run by a black woman, and they manufacture sanitary towels. That is an essential good which until recently was not produced, or the full value chain of did not have participation of any South Africans, let alone black South Africans or Africans. We also have another disruptor which manufactures smart cards. Here we are talking about bank cards and SIM cards. Again, largely participation by non-black and non-South Africans. So we are really just excited to be part of that disruption.
Yeah, and Kelly, I mean, diversity is very important, you know, with this initiative. So now, you know, our theme for today is hope. We are talking about hope because it is Hope-tober. So now I'm interested to find out from you, you know, this initiative, how is it instilling hope in, you know, these business owners?
We are living in a country that has not been realizing a lot of economic growth for quite some time, and limited economic growth means that there are no jobs. It means that the socioeconomic dynamics are exacerbated as a result. And research has shown that entrepreneurship, or SMEs, are the very ones that are poised to get us out of that rut, if you like, and drive that economic growth. So by supporting, as ABSA, we are very clear that by supporting SMEs, we are participating and delivering on our ambition to be an active force for good in everything that we do. Because we are clear that as a corporate citizen, our survival depends very heavily on the survival of the communities that we operate in.
100%. And now, you know, I'm wondering about that person who's sitting at home right now. There's that business owner who's watching right now, and they're saying to themselves, no, but this is the first time I'm hearing about this initiative. How can I be a part of this initiative? How can ABSA, you know, help me as well?
This is not the only initiative that ABSA is working on with entrepreneurs. So we actually, last year, September, we repositioned ourselves commercially to say that we want to be the bank of the entrepreneur, again, because we understand the role that they play in the economy. Right? And the way that we are delivering on that is that we have developed customized products and services that are responsive to their unique needs. So they can reach out to us to find out about the products and services that are on offer. So we offer both financial and non-financial support. So we also have specially curated development programs that are able to support entrepreneurs. And this is just another one of those. But there are many. They just need to reach out to us and find out what else is possible.
I like that.
With ABSA.
You know, I like that. And, you know, in this day and age in South Africa, I honestly believe that we need that contribution from corporate. And clearly, ABSA is doing exactly that. So, Mpho, thank you very much for joining us. That is the head of strategy and business alignment at ABSA, you know, talking about the SMME immersion during London Investment Week. But also, we are going to say goodbye to Mpho, but Mechomi, you don't want to go anywhere because a bit later, we are going to showcase some of these businesses. Don't go anywhere.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
I come with good news on your Feel Good breakfast show because Powerball and Powerball Plus is on a roll, baby, with a massive 93 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. So don't get left behind, okay? Take this as your warning to play Powerball for an estimated 42 million and then Powerball Plus for an estimated 51 million rand today. Now you can buy your tickets in store or even on nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply just dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. Now, of course, these details are on our Expresso social media pages, so check them out as you're scrolling today trying to figure out what people people's plans are for this Friday. And Panda Pusher played Powerball and Powerball Plus for a massive 93 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And you could just win big. I've got a feeling that some goodness is coming my way right now.
Yes, it is.
Hello.
So earlier on, we made some coffee art and stuff, right?
You did.
I've been practicing, and essentially, I decided to take my shoes off.
You did lose
just
some height.
because I was, I needed to balance. You know what I mean? So now, this is what I have for you.
Wow. That's actually really beautiful.
Thank you.
Why am I surprised? Can we verify with Vuyani if you really made this?
Vuyani, thank you, Vuyani. Thank you, guys.
Is he giving the thumbs up?
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Exactly.
Cheers to you,
Thank
Zanele.
you.
Thank you. It only took 50 times, but we are here, baby. Let's have a sip to taste your goodness.
Please take it. You don't deserve it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is Hopetober, everybody, and I really do hope that you have hope wherever you are. Hope for a better day, because it's always a good day to have a good day. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Now, not too long ago, I was having a chat with Mpho Ntlabati about the SMME immersion, which is part of the London Investment Week. But now I am joined by Nishal Bramdav, who is the founder of SME Blueprint. Nishal, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm also joined by Tiny Masesi Nkuna, who is the CEO of SME Lindiwe Sanitary Pads. Welcome, Tiny.
Thank you so much.
All right, fantastic. Let me start with you, Nishal. You know, what does being supported by this initiative mean to you?
Well, in terms of the initiative, firstly, in terms of the event to London, it was a fantastic event because I got to meet other entrepreneurs, Lindiwe being one of them, and 30 others.
Yeah.
And the amazing part of this journey to the UK was it's so interesting to see how many other entrepreneurs can fit into an ecosystem of what you are trying to do. So it was a networking experience that allowed for an expansion of ideas, thoughts, and a strategic way forward in terms of developing business. So that was the group that I was with, and Lindiwe. And aside from that, meeting foreign dignitaries, contacts, being with our ministers was fantastic.
So basically what you're saying is that this was a network opportunity for you.
An amazing network opportunity.
I like that. Can you attest to that, Tiny?
Yes, and you see, good morning to your viewers.
Yeah.
And you know, the most amazing thing for me was that within ourselves as entrepreneurs that traveled together, right, we were able to not just network, but also forge business, possible business relationships that we can now start implementing here at home. Also, we're able to have access to the powers that be in the foreign country, and we're able to discuss our challenges and how they can actually support us. And there was a lot of support that was pledged, and that was what was exciting for me. And to know that as an entrepreneur, when you have such big dreams like myself, especially when we go to the stock exchange, you get your bank sort of backing up your crazy dream, you know, that just says to you, you know what, perhaps what you're dreaming, perhaps what you're aiming for is not just a pie in the sky. Somebody believes in you and somebody can back it up, you know?
I like that. So basically your dream is valid.
Your dream is valid and somebody believes in you. Your bank is willing to go an extra mile for you. And that's ABSA.
I like that. I like that. Nisha, let's talk about, you know, the gist of what you do, which is manufacturing bank cards. What makes your business model unique?
So basically what Blueprint is doing, and by definition, a blueprint is a planned way of addressing something strategically and to build something of substance.
It's a blueprint.
It's a blueprint.
I like that, yeah.
So basically what we've done is taken global functions and localized it. What global functions am I referring to? So we are in the smart card space. We produce bank cards for banks, fintechs, SIM cards for mobile operators, eSIMs, driver's license, identity. Anything with a chip in it, whether it's physical or digital, we can assist these various sectors and in delivering it. And the next big journey is IoT and AI. So being involved in the sector of wafers, chip manufacturing is key to the evolutionary growth for not just South Africa, but Africa. So we see it as a critical role. What we are doing as Blueprint is just localizing what is a globally dominated sector. And why do we wish to do this? We want the value chain of creating these products based in South Africa, for the continent, instead of just relying strictly on imports.
Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, and I mean, the end goal, I mean, obviously is international as well, because that sounds like that's what the business model is.
So our key focus is going to be Africa. But what I've learned on this trip is we can go a lot bigger.
There you go.
Right?
There you go. And that's the world that we are living in. Let me go to you, Tiny. Sanitary pads, right? What inspired you to get into this business?
So for me, it was just really about finding out that in South Africa, there wasn't at the time a sanitary pads manufacturing company that was woman-owned. Not a brand. We're talking production now. Yes, the means of production. That was woman-owned. The ones that were there, the factories that were there were either owned by multinationals or owned by men. And I said, it can't be that as women, we are the only menstruators, yet we're just consumers of the product that only us can, you know, be consumers of. I felt
can really fully understand.
Yes, and can really fully understand. So I thought I needed to maybe disrupt, maybe I'm a bit controversial, wanted to disrupt the market, you know, and say, and create a vehicle that women can use to be part of what I call the mainstream menstrual economy, because I realized that in the African communities, we're actually told that menstruation is something that's secretive, that we shouldn't, a taboo and everything. But men talk about menstruation. They're just not talking about it in the sitting room behind closed doors. They talk about it in the boardroom. So this then was a vehicle, which is Lindiwe now, a vehicle that takes women into the boardroom, that takes women into the mainstream menstrual economy, because menstruation is not just blood, it's an economy.
Ooh, I like that. Menstruation is not just blood, it's an economy. And finally, to both of you, in less than 20 seconds, Nishal, it is Hopetober. What message of hope would you give to, you know, that South African business owner right now?
So firstly, to all the budding entrepreneurs, the industry that both of us are in, the barriers to entry are immense. Global competition. But believe it or not, there are financial partners out there. ABSA for me has been the first bank to believe that I could do this. So this was a huge step for Blueprint. It takes a lot of sort of investment as you as an entrepreneur, putting together your plan in a very clear, concise manner with ABSA and with other banks, by the way, other corporates, and you can do this.
Oh, I like that. All right, nice one. Quickly, Tiny?
I'd say to them, dare to dream.
Yeah.
And let them make use of enterprise development opportunities.
Yes.
Like we have. Now we've got a production facility that produces 800 sanitary pads per minute through enterprise development with ABSA and everything. So let them go to their nearest branches and just get into the programs, and they can grow from there.
Fantastic. What a beautiful chat to have this October. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. These are just some of the businesses that, have been supported by ABSA, as part of the SMME immersion. Of course, this was part of the London Investment Week as well. We continue with some more feel-good vibes after this.
Oh, man. It's me all the time.
Inspired by them all, we invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Beautiful work that ABSA is doing, man. Really inspiring so much in us, like hope. And let me tell you something about hope, all right? It is very much like peace, and it is something so special, a gift that we can only give each other, really.
100%. And we love diving into Hoptober. We hopped into hope, my friend. And of course, it was proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram, OTC, sponsors of Brave. Hopetober was something that I truly feel like has brought hope to all of us this morning. But now, we want to hear from you. Because earlier we asked you to share, what does hope mean to you?
Oh my goodness, the responses have just been pouring in and so beautiful. And you know what? We chose one that was just so heartfelt. A winner of 1,500 Rand is... Rosa! Roseanne said this.
Hope means believing in something even though you can't see it. It's staying positive and expecting things to be fine. Trusting in God. Hashtag Hopetober. Hashtag sponsors of Brave. Roseanne, you beautiful girl. Has your weekend gotten a little bit more rosy because of this 1,500 Rand? How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. Listen, Roseanne, we're so excited along with you. I think you've left such a heartfelt and beautiful comment. And I do want to ask you, who or what really gives you hope at the end of the day?
It's, you know what? It's God, and also it's my mom.
Oh, Mommy, I love that.
We love our moms.
And babe, how are you going to be spending the money then? Is it for you? Is it for mom? Who?
It's for both.
Love that.
Daughter of the year.
Yes, Roseanne, well done once again. Congratulations. 1,500 is coming your way. And to you, thank you for sharing it. Thank you, your hopeful messages with us today. And together we can definitely inspire a brighter future.
100%, my friend. Stay hopeful and remember every act of kindness truly counts. And that's what being South African is about, I think.
There is a month of hope. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
From Hope talking about just a little bit of caffeine in the morning. It doesn't hurt anybody.
No.
We definitely need to get our caffeine fix keep on going. Zanele did try with the art. Maybe she lied to me, maybe she didn't. Let's
It's
have a
so
look.
beautiful. You see, look at how perfect that one is. I didn't make that one.
Oh, I thought you were
That
going to lie
was
to me
liquor. You hate me. That was liquor. Earlier on, it was me. Can you see the difference? Yeah, I saw that.
No, I love it. It's so beautiful, spreading up all the love on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes.
You just have about 18 more minutes in your company, and we want to make the absolute most of it. So we still have so much more coming your way. We're going to get our sip of coffee going.
100%. Can I sip this one?
You can sip that one for
Okay,
sure.
thank you.
And listen, we still have artist Vota Kellerman that's going to join us out here in studio. He's going to be in Joburg sitting down and giving us the greatness. And then, of course, Saturday. It's a big day for you.
Oh, baby. It is, of course, none other than Tropica Island of Treasure. There are big things happening this week, and that's all I'll say. Otherwise, I'll get into trouble. Big things.
I'll try to reveal more after this. I'll squeeze it out of her. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you for plugging into our purpose today. I think you know I am reveling in the lineup of guests that we've had today because each one exemplifies the notion of hope, of looking forward, having the resilience, the perseverance to go after what you believe is right. And it doesn't have to be on a grand scale. It can be just in your vocation, in your lane, but then you've got to go out there and do that. Now, of course, the gentleman sat beside me needs absolutely no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway because he has 2 Grammys behind his name, an incredible exponent of South African culture. And now I think he has earned us our passport to the global village. And he is back going for another Grammy. I'm talking about Wouter Kellerman. Can we give him a round of applause? Because just being able to see your beautiful face up close and personal is worth an applause. So good to see you. Thank you for bringing the real gravitas this morning. And I'm glad those Grammys have a bit of weight to them. 2014, 2022, going for another one now. This speaks of a level of perseverance that I think a lot of artists might miss. They're waiting for their opportunity. Yes. You seem to have a different approach of creating your opportunities. Do you take the time to put your story into perspective? Because we are constantly asking you to tell your story. How do you tell your own narrative?
Yeah, so, I mean, I started playing the flute when I was 10 years old and I loved it from the first day. And when I left school, I wanted to study music. My dream was to be a musician, but we didn't have money for me to go to university. So the only way I could get there was with a bursary that I was offered for engineering. So I studied engineering, still playing the flute every day. And after university, I had to work back for the engineering company and then started my own software engineering company. And after a few years, I decided now it's my time. I'm going to go to be a full-time musician. And within 6 months, my money had run out. And in the meanwhile, I'd started a young family. And every few years, I would try and be this full-time musician. But I never made enough money to look after the family. And I basically had to wait 20 years, still playing the flute every day, until my daughter left university, my son left school. And finally, things got a whole lot cheaper. And then...
Thank you for saying that. I've got 2 young kids and I'm on the other arc of trajectory right now.
Yeah. So at the age of 44, I gave up my engineering company and finally went into music full-time.
All in.
And I was all in. People thought I was crazy to give it up. And but it's been a dream. It's been very tough, but it's been a dream road to travel. And finally, I'm able to follow my dream and do what I love.
And this is the TV algorithm. I mean, who's doubting you now? Who's doubting you now? You belong to a very small, select group of artists who have achieved recognition amongst other artists on the highest level. So that, I'm sure, is validation enough. Yeah. But you have chosen to use this opportunity to spread love. Yeah. To spread positive energy. And I plug into you immediately. I'm an empath, so I just drink it in. I love that. But and check, the goosebumps are there. You do this wherever you go. Why? Why is this purpose played out in everything that you do?
It's always been my mission to spread good energy with the music. You know that music that plays when something's really bad is going to happen in a movie? My music is the opposite of that. it brings good energy, and it's always just been a natural thing that I haven't really thought about. But it's always been my mission to just, take the goodness of life and try and communicate that through the flute and through the music that I make and bring hope. Bring hope with my story and with my music.
And proven hope, not just the notion of hope on what we could do, but I've done it. Set against the narrative, I've done it. In a place where there is so much darkness and trauma, you are using your language to help us process. And now what I'm loving is musicians in South Africa, some of the healthiest, mentally healthy people I get to interview because you've been processing. Now, when we talk about the new album, Treveni, okay, and this is a healing album.
Yeah.
How do you get to that point? How do you create that through the music? What's going through your little heart and your head when you create a project like this?
Yeah, it's three musicians, myself and the Japanese cellist Eru Matsumoto and the Indian singer Chandrika Tandon. We've all been on that same trajectory, and we thought, let's all get together and make an album specifically for healing purposes. It's always been there, but this one is aimed specifically at
intentional,
healing.
Yeah.
Very intentional, and also to then take it to the research, and we're working with various universities to now measure the effect on the music on human well-being.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so that's kind of the intention of this album.
You've been so fortunate and blessed. You've earned the right, let me say, maybe reframe that. You've written a song for Madiba, The Long Road. And for me, I often lean on his writings when he was in Robben Island to understand what hope is in terms of an active fostering of it. It's something you've got to every day work on. How do you do that, set against the darkness around you? What does hope mean to you?
You know, hope, I think, is not just a feeling, it's perseverance. And as you're saying, it's actually based on proven things that have happened, because you persevere and slowly something small happens, something small positive happens, and you persevere something and it feels like you're failing, but you make another small breakthrough. And for me, hope is that kind of solid perseverance. It's not just a feeling of, I hope things are going to be...
It's not a notion, it's a reality.
It's a reality, it's a working at it.
I love that. And you don't stop working for a second, despite this light and beautiful nature that you have that is offset by the most incredible work ethic. And of course, when you look back, you've got two beautiful golden statuettes standing right there that really do make all the difference. And of course, we can't have a double Grammy Award-winning flutist in the house without a performance. Voter is going nowhere. We might keep him here for the rest of the day if we can, but a performance coming your way in just a moment.
Oh my goodness, Grammy Award winners in the building.
Screaming.
Come on, voted. Congratulations once again. And let me tell you, from one winning thing to another, there is nothing smoother than Zanele's legs.
Stop.
And also an episode of Tropica Island of Treasure. And this week it is all going down because it's Elimination Week. Tensions are high.
Very high. And friend, tensions would be high when things are so hectic, right? You're in the sun, you're playing for a huge prize, the biggest prize ever in the history of Tropica Island of Treasure. It's a big thing.
I think so. Okay, so looking into this week, can you kind of tell me which teams have been performing well?
Okay.
Don't have a favorite,
I was
but
about
have
to
a favorite.
Say, no, I thought you were going to ask me other things. I was going to say, Carissa, you're going to have to tune in, girl. No, yeah, I can definitely tell you. Mixed Berries has been doing well.
Okay.
I mean, they even came out of the very first, you know, competition, or rather even challenge, with an entire smooth charm. So, I mean, they already went into the game having a little bit of an advantage. So they're sitting at the top at the moment. Right after them, it is Mango Peach, who are also, you know, seeming to be quite strong. Then it seems like there's something about the Peachies, baby, because right after that is Peach.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is quite a big thing. This week, it is actually Team Orange that was, in fact, you know, getting to sit out and things like that.
Is that why you got the orange nails?
Honey.
Just somehow supporting them through something.
No. I was going to say, I have no favorites. I always have orange nails. Please, Carissa. Please. I'm
and an orange
fan
drink.
equal.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Carissa,
Okay, no, listen. So like you said, the heat is on quite literally and also within the games. Tension, is it rising? Is there drama?
Girl, if there was R1 million on the line, would there not be tension? Would there not be drama?
I'd be fighting for sure.
But that's the thing. You know what I mean? So I think it does spice things up. And then on top of that, a brand new Suzuki Jimny, 5-door on the line. Who doesn't want to leave the island with that as well? You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on. And that's why with each and every one of the challenges, everybody's just like trying their very best. And I think it's one of the things that I love most about it. And I can tell you this much, is that on top of all of the challenges, the biggest one is the challenge that then informs who will be eliminated.
Oh, dum. That's a lot.
It is.
I wouldn't want to go home. I'd want to stick around.
Of course, you want the money, Carissa.
And the car. Don't forget about the car.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
But when it comes to the challenges, I'll also say this. I wouldn't do them.
And you didn't have to, did you?
I would, of course not, because I was facilitating.
No, but you have to make sure that it's safe, Zanele.
I'm fine. I'm okay. Don't worry about
Well, listen, let me tell you something sweet. Zanele is your hostess with the mostess. And of course, the drama and challenges will continue. And don't forget, you also can win big from the comfort of your home with Tropica. All you have to do, just like Zanele, is grab a Tropica. It's the promo pack you are looking for. Follow the entry details, and you could be in the running for your share of thousands of smooth smooth prizes.
It's true, my friend. Plus, get ready for the ultimate thrill of a lifetime. The grand prize, a sleek 5-door Suzuki Jimny. Your adventure starts with literally just a sip, my friend, where you could be cruising down, I don't know, maybe past the promenade, you know, the sea on your left.
Of Kaapseweg.
Darling.
Come on, the garden route.
Do you not want that?
I want that.
Exactly. And this is the thing. These episodes are only getting smoother. And here is a little sneak peek of what to expect in episode 3 this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. right here on S3. This week on Tropical Island of Treasure, it's Elimination Week. Let's play.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Come at me!
That's gotta be it. I don't even want to look at that thing.
We don't know how to do that. It's tension. You can cut it with a knife.
Let's go, let's walk in quickly. Don't judge it until you've felt the pressure. I need to focus.
Oh my gosh. It's serious. It's Elimination Day.
Catch Tropical Island of Treasure Saturday evenings at 6:30 on S3. Repeat Mondays at 9 p.m. on SABC 1.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, my beautiful Feel Good Breakfast Show family. You're still tuned in right here on S3. And honey, I gotta tell you about how you can be a winner. Powerball and Powerball Plus is on a roll with a massive, listen to this, 93 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. Yes. So don't get left behind. I beg of you. Play Powerball for an estimated 42 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 51 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store or on nationallottery.co.za. The mobile app, cell phone banking is also another way, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. We've posted all the details and all the information you need to be a winner on our Expresso Show social media pages. So go check them out now. Panda, Pusha, Play, Powerball and Powerball Plus for a massive 93 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, and you could win big. Right about now, we're already winning, and one thing I love about us most is the fact that we have our Joburg studios ready to take you on a journey. My friends, please, what are we waiting for? Go ahead, Johannesburg.
We are children. We are.
All right, thank you, Zanel. As you can see, this is a Grammy Award-filled Joburg studio, and something exciting is about to happen.
Wouter Kellerman penned this song for Tata Madiba. It is titled The Long Road, and it tells just a part of his incredible journey through the kaleidoscope of colors that are available to a flautist like Wouter. Take it away.
Wouter Kellerman, everybody!
Woo! Absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry, Wouter, that we've been reduced to being big kids around you, but it's not every day that we have not one but two Grammys coming through.
Yeah.
But there has been a purpose-driven feeling today, an emotion that you are able to embody with your music on another level. So thank you for being that servant for the rest of us.
Such a pleasure. So happy to be
There you go, Wouter, everybody. And it's all about being of service to somebody. And of course, this is because we are celebrating Hope-tober. And I really do hope that you there at the Cape Town studios, you felt the vibes as well. Did you feel the vibes, team?
How could we not? It felt like Grammy Award-winning vibes. Do you know what I mean?
I think that this man might be up for a Grammy. I don't know what to say, quite possibly.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Cheers, everybody.
Love you too much. I'll see you in Cape Town on Monday. Bye. Adios.
Another feel-good production. I absolutely love this fruits of the forest.
Creamy, fruity,
The best of both worlds.
Clover, made with love.